listening to the Pillaging Podcast, proud member of the Crow's Nest Podcast Network, companion podcast to PJ4F.com, the number one podcast in Raider Nation. Tune in every week wherever podcasts are found. Call and leave a message to be played on air at 408-909-PJFF. This episode brought to you by DC4L Custom Tees. Check them out at DC4LCustomTees.com. It's time to pillage another podcast. I'm your host, Kenny Stapler.
What's good, dog?
What's up, man?
Oh man, we back in the studio. It's hot as a motherfucker in here. I'm sweating.
It's hot.
And we got your boy. We got your boy over here. We got your boy Juice.
Yeah.
Tailgate MVP.
That's right. Tailgate MVP.
In-house today, dog.
2018 Tailgate MVP. He's definitely in contention already for 2019.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Juice, are you coming out to any games this year?
Absolutely.
How many are you riding up with us, dog?
Well, as many as you guys will have me come with you guys.
Fuck. All of them.
Yeah.
There you go.
All of them, dog.
There you go.
Shit. Let's do it.
There you go.
As long as that pirate ship is running outside, you're coming.
That's the most important thing, right? We got to get that fucking coolant problem figured out.
Because that shit ain't running right now. We got a door that won't open. We got a coolant issue.
Oh, we can figure that out.
We can figure it out.
I mean, we can find other entrances to the vehicle.
Dukes a hazard it.
Right? You might be jumping in through the window. Man, we were here last week, but it feels like it's been too long. So
I know, right?
Shout out to all you pillagers out there.
Yeah, shout out, y'all.
Just a quick reminder: we are a proud member of the Crow's Nest Podcast Network.
Fucking right, we are.
Goddamn right, we are. We have a brand new intro, same as the old intro, updated.
Yeah, a little update.
That might have come across a little too hot on the live stream, but I will fix that in post.
Oh yeah,
I'll fix it in post, as they say in the industry.
But the beef was there.
The beef was there, dude.
It was beefy.
I had to throw down a nice little bass line for y'all. And shout out to Sammy Quasar, who I produced that track with a long time ago. And shout out to anybody that can find out what song that sample is from.
Oh yeah,
because you heard it. I
did.
It's buried deep inside.
Oh yeah, it's in there. You're gonna have to listen for a while.
I'll give you a hint. It's like a good 3.5 minutes into the song.
Right around there. Yeah.
Which is odd for a sample, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's usually
I mean, that's just how songs, good old school songs are, though, dog. You know, they give you a lot in the beginning, and then they give you that little breakdown somewhere in the middle. Somewhere in the middle of that track, you're gonna find a little gem.
Yeah.
If you're a digger, if you're a sampler, huh?
Another hint: that is a British band that actually plays that song.
There you go. There's another hint.
Didn't expect that. Some of y'all would
probably not.
That's off of Bump City Tower Power. Nope.
No,
it's not.
No.
I think about
nothing against Tower Power though, because I fuck with you.
Oh no, I've actually thought about getting the album art from Bump City tattooed on my body, which is like a cloud with a lightning bolt and a fist holding a drumstick of fried chicken. It's one of the greatest album covers of all time.
That's what's up.
Quick update on our other show, The Crow's Nest. It's still going strong. We want to thank everyone for tuning in. The listenership is unexpectedly high for that show, for a spinoff show. So we appreciate all the pillagers that have joined on board. Now remember, I know everyone listening right now is probably a Raiders fan. Mostly all Raiders fans. But you probably have some friends that aren't Raiders fans. And if those friends listen to podcasts, we ask you to recommend the Crow's Nest podcast to them.
Yeah.
Word of mouth is how that's going to spread. Also, really quick, make sure you follow the whole crew on Twitter. I know you guys are following us, the Pillaging Pod on Twitter, but we have our own accounts. So at Kenny Stapler, at Che_PJ4F, and at Cain MT and the number 6.
Yep.
If you want to follow the crew, we all have our own ideas and opinions, some of which we cannot express through the main account. So definitely, if you're into that, make sure you give us a follow. We really appreciate it. And we have a quick announcement, man.
Yeah,
we do.
Hit them.
We got I keep telling you guys, the Crow's Nest Podcast is a gang. It's not a network. Okay,
it's a gang.
The CNPN is a gang. Gang. And we got new members to the gang. We just got off the air right now with these folks. I don't know what episode it is we're on. I know they've banked a few episodes.
Okay,
but the Inebri Nation.
That's right.
Podcast, which is from the creators of the Fan Club Blitz. You may have heard them on the Murph's Man Cave Network. Shout out to Murph.
Shout out Murph.
Pioneer in Raiders podcasting for sure. That's a definite must listen every week. So shout out to them. Shout out to the Fan Club Blitz on that. That's their Raider show. But the Inebriate Nation show is a little bit no holds barred. And they join the CNPN.
Because it's right up our alley, dog.
Right up our alley. It's an uncensored show. And as you may have guessed from the title, they actually are talking about brew. So, Shay's got love for them.
Oh, yeah.
Juice, you got love for the brew?
Always.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, he brought brews for us, dog.
I've been saving these for you guys.
Yeah, he's been saving these for months, man.
We're about to get into that, too.
That's right.
We're about to get into that,
That's
too.
right. You already know.
Yeah, that's a good call out. But make sure you check out those boys, Splatterhead out there and Fitz. And they got Tom, and then I think, the fourth guy's name is like Pops,
right? Was it
yeah,
Pops?
Yeah, so I might have that wrong. I don't know. It's a new show. It's a new cast of characters. I'm still getting used to it. But their show hasn't launched quite yet. I think they launch soon, so keep checking for them. And yes, we are working on getting you a CNPN podcast stream. So if you want to hear all the shows on the network, you'll be able to hopefully soon. Just subscribe to that stream on whatever podcast app you're listening to, and you'll get all the great shows. You'll get, obviously, the Pillaging Podcast and the Crow's Nest Podcast. You'll get the Ladies of Darkness. You'll get the Wolfpack Nation. You'll get Put on Waivers Podcast. Eventually, our boy Sean, the Blackout Podcast.
That's right. Coming soon.
Make sure you're checking out his Periscopes. And last but not least, brand new to the network, the Inebriate Nation Podcast. We're working on that.
And we're working on some other shows.
Because
we never stop.
More content.
That's right.
More content. It's a gang.
Gang.
But yeah, so that, again, brought to you by Splatterhead, Fitz, Groby, and Potts. There you go. It's beer, booze, music, food, and general fuckery. That's how they describe it.
Right.
Look for their new show coming this month, April 2019. So check them out. And we'll definitely let you know where that lands, when it lands, and who it lands on. What face it's smothering when it drops. Tonight's guest, dear friend and official pillager, Juice.
What's up, nation?
And Tailgate MVP.
That's right.
Tailgate MVP.
And soon to be one again.
Always.
Real quick side note, Juice and I actually grew up together in the same town and didn't know it.
Nope.
Met each other on a little website we like to call pj4f.com. I actually went back further than that, but we'll just plug us.
That's right.
That's right. Don't plug nobody else.
That's
Fuck.
right.
And I don't know, how long did we chat? Maybe a good 4 years, 5 years?
A while. And then finally, I had mentioned the Garlic Festival, and then you said, well, that's in my backyard.
It is.
I was like, no shit, really it is? And you were like, yeah. I'm like, well, I grew up right down the street.
Yeah.
And then we're like, really? And then you didn't think I still lived here. So then, we didn't get together because you assumed that I had moved away.
I did, because most people do, except for us.
That's right. They had to drag me out.
And shout out to 24 on our blog, who's actually also from Gilroy. Went to high school around the same time as my girlfriend. I think he was a freshman. I was a senior. And then also shout out to Splatterhead, who actually also came from Gilroy.
There you go.
Was in Gilroy for some time. So
yeah.
Gilroy, man, it's a place to be.
It's a place to start.
I didn't know 24. I didn't know 24 was from Gilroy. He's actually the one that got me on the PJ4F.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
When that other one went the way it did, and then we were kind of scattered. I was like, I found him in the comment section somewhere else, and I said, man, I feel like a lost kid. I didn't know where to go. I was trying to find a family, and then he's like, well, you remember Kenny? I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, he started his own.
There you go, man.
And I was like, oh, well, shoot me how do I find it?
That's right.
I've been here ever since.
PJ4F.com.
And whoever shut down the other blog, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Also, shout out to the NFLP and whatever paralegal happens to be listening to this podcast.
Yeah,
at the moment.
we appreciate you, man. You gave us a listen, dog.
We appreciate you.
I got that bootleg shirt on now.
Pillaging Podcast is on that watch list. Watch out now.
Watch out now.
Some people want to throw that in the dirt. We wear it like a badge of honor because,
Oh, yeah.
Maybe listen to us up in New York and D.C. and some big buildings out there. I don't know.
Yeah. Somebody that's making a lot of money is listening to us right now.
Also, big special thank you to the donations that came in this week. We'll be shouting you guys out at the end of the show. And a quick reminder to download the Pillaging Podcast app on Android or iTunes or, I'm sorry, the Apple App Store, whatever it is. You can get that for free. You can get all the episodes that we've ever done. You can actually get a quick link to call into the show straight from the app. You get a link to the pj4f.com blog where you can jump in the water with some real Pillagers, some official original Pillagers, and talk Raiders football all day. Also, shout out to OneNationFanwear.com and DC4LCustomTees.com. We'll be giving away their Raiders NFL Draft shirt tonight.
Woo!
To the strongest caller who calls in with their strongest NFL Draft 2019 take. And then we also have a care package from Mojo Raider, which we have not busted it out yet. We have a lot of giveaways to come in the next few weeks, so stay tuned because that little treasure chest is just nestled away in my living room, waiting.
Hey, and shout out to all y'all motherfuckers who stayed till the end of the show last week and were shouting us out on Twitter, hitting us with that hashtag Nerf gun.
Hashtag Nerf gun.
Hashtag Nerf gun.
That's it.
Yeah, and all your motherfuckers, they were like, well, these motherfuckers keep adding Chan Kenny and giving them that hashtag Nerf gun. Because they stayed till the end of the show. Obviously, y'all motherfuckers did it, man.
Shout out to the NFLP also for listening to the end of the show.
Yeah, but you didn't shout us out with the hashtag Nerf gun. So you ain't going to win a shirt or nothing.
Paralegal Tom, you're the real MVP. Yeah.
You the real MVP.
But let's get started, man. I think the table's set. It's time to get into it, and it's International Beer Day, so you already know.
Perfect.
Oh,
it's perfect.
It is perfect.
Go Raiders.
There you go. There you go. Oh yeah, look at you. You're swimming in beer.
Oh, yeah.
You're swimming in the beer. You see that? Oh, man, it feels so good. It makes me feel like 10 degrees cooler just looking at this screen right now.
Yeah.
Just looking at this background right now. Yo, all right. So listen, I actually brought a different beer to fucking drink. But your boy Juice came through with some chelas that he had been saving, specially just for us.
Yeah.
Just for Che.
So how could we not review this? Okay, how could we not? So your boy brought through that Lagunitas brown sugar.
Brown sugar, baby.
I want some brown sugar. Yeah, it's the sweet release. That's right. It does taste sweet, right? It's got a little sweet notes on there.
Right off the top.
Right on the end, man.
Right off the rip. I'd say right up at the front, man. I get that brown sugar on the lips.
It's a smooth drinker too, man. It's a little bit more. It's got a little bit more of a I don't know, like when you drink a dark beer. You know, it's got like that full flavor. It's got that full flavor, right? But it's not heavy on you. Like when you drink some other dark beers, stouts especially, right? They're very, very heavy.
Yeah.
This is light. You can drink this in the summer.
You could
drink this all summer long.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you, brother.
Hey,
Appreciate you.
Toast.
This is a hot take, but this is a good. I already finished mine, guys.
I know. I'm almost done with this one too. It's hot in this.
I brought more.
This is a hot take. This is a good breakfast beer.
It is. There you go.
Boom.
Hey, I ain't mad at you, dog. I ain't mad at you. You have a little waffle. Or a pancake with some eggs, some bacon, extra crispy, and a fucking brown sugar ale, bro. You good.
Sounds good, don't it?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Hell yeah. Maybe a donut too. I don't know. Throw that shit in there.
A little maple syrup. Shout out to Nosferatu on the chat. That name holds a special place in my heart. Tune into the Crow's Nest maybe to find out why.
Yeah.
So the brown sugar, definitely a sweet ale. It's got a nice crisp finish though. I wouldn't call it a dry ale. It's definitely sweet, but it wraps up nicely. It doesn't hang around in the mouth for too long.
No.
But
It's at 10% too.
It is a heavyweight. It's a heavyweight.
It brings it. It brings it.
Throws that weight around. Real nice.
Those of you who plan on tailgating with us, be prepared.
Yeah.
Start training now.
Are you ready to go?
Of course.
Are you ready to go?
I'm always ready to go.
Are you really ready to go?
I'm ready to go.
Quick hits.
That's right.
Seth Roberts was dropped by the Oakland Raiders. How ironic is that?
I mean,
Isn't it ironic?
it's a little ironic.
Don't you
yeah.
think?
Don't you think?
That's
It's
your
like
line.
raining on your wedding day.
Oh, man.
Seth Roberts was dropped by the Oakland Raiders, an undrafted free agent in 2014. Sethy spent 4 years in Oakland, snagging 158 passes for 1,826 yards and 13 touchdowns.
That's right.
Meaningful touchdowns, though.
They were.
So shout out to you, Seth. Cutting the receiver saves the Raiders $4.8 million on the salary cap. Shout out to you, Tom Delaney. And a plethora of dropped balls also saved by this move. He was subsequently...
A plethora?
A plethora.
A plethora?
Do you even know what a plethora is?
Why, Jefe?
He was subsequently signed by the Ravens. Again, very ironic. Crabtree just let go by the Ravens.
Right.
Another dropped ball. Artiste.
Oh, man.
So, yeah.
They don't throw the ball over there anyways, bro.
Yeah.
That quarterback runs, dog, for his fucking life.
Was it just Blog Baby that put the thumbnail image of Seth like catching a ball with his face?
It was like it just ricocheted off his fucking face mask, and he was looking at it as it fucking disappeared into the night. He's like, oh.
Shout out to you. I think it was
dicks.
I think it was just Blog Baby, courtesy of the Fan-Sided Network. I think it was you. If it wasn't, shout out to whoever did that. But in a corresponding move, the Raiders signed Ryan Grant.
That's right.
Also courtesy of Just Blog Baby was Daniel Davis, who wrote an article about this move. So Daniel states in his article that he's a Colts Raiders fan. He, to his credit, and take this however you want, don't shoot the messenger. He says the Colts are his wife and the Raiders are more like his mistress.
Okay.
I guess I can rock with that.
All right.
I guess. We know
your mistress is usually hot.
Your mistress is usually pretty hot, and we know who you're fucking.
That's right.
So maybe the Colts are paying your bills. I don't know, doggy. But I did like your write-up, so I want to put this on the show. These are some excerpts from the article. He says, in regards to Ryan Grant, while his 2018 stats didn't light up the scoreboard, only 334 yards on 35 receptions and 1 touchdown, it was watching those catches that really drew his attention. He first watched Grant play in a home preseason game against the 49ers, where he only caught 1 ball for 17 yards, but he said it was an incredible catch. So go check that out.
Okay.
It was thrown behind him. He caught it with one hand on 3rd and 12 over the middle, got rocked by a linebacker, held on to the ball, and turned into 3 points for his team.
There you go.
Converted the first down.
Hey.
In week 1 against the Bengals, he caught 8 passes for 59 yards. 3 of them were on 3rd down, and he launched the Colts on scoring drives. What surprised him the most about Grant is his ability to get open in tight spaces and how underused he was in the Captain Andrew Luck-led offense. If you're not following the Captain Andrew Luck account on Twitter, you're definitely missing out. So he says also in week 2, he went just 2 catches for 30 yards, but you guessed it, both on 3rd down, and 1 leading to a scoring drive. Is there a trend? Yes. In fact, there is. 23 of his 35 passes caught last year were on 3rd down. 12 of his 35 passes last year launched the team into scoring drives after a 3rd down conversion. This seems like a stronger version of who Seth Roberts was meant to be.
Right. Well, I mean, who maybe even Seth Robert was in 2016, right? Because in 2016, Seth Roberts, anytime he caught the ball, it was a touchdown, and it was usually late in the game.
Facts.
And it was important, right?
Yeah.
So,
Fact.
yeah, hit him with that one. You got to hit him with that one. But that's so maybe that's what we're trying to get back. We're trying to find that player again because we've been missing a player that's done that for us, right?
We have.
So, I mean, why not? We got to take our shots, man. Shoot or shoot. Shoot or shoot.
Shoot or shoot.
And we're taking a shot right now on Ryan Grant. So get your shit together. Let's get this done, dog.
Let's get it done. Ryan Grant was one of the most viable players on the Colts last year, and the Raiders got him this season. While the details of the contract weren't released on the official team site, one can make the connection that he was signed at a killer value. So shout out to Daniel Davis on Just Blog Baby for the write-up, kind of exposing maybe a different side of Ryan Grant that Raider fans don't know about if you're just reading the stats. So it's always good to dig a little bit deeper, and shout out to you, Daniel.
Yeah, shout out.
I'm a little bit more excited about this Grant signing. How about this wide receiver core right now?
Hey man, it's looking real good, right? But it even further. Last week we were talking a little bit about possibly if you do draft a wide receiver, where do you draft him? You're not going to go early anymore because of all the wide receivers we have. Now this even pushes it further back, right?
Further, yeah.
If you do decide to take a wide receiver, you're looking at possibly 6th, 7th round, dog. Right?
What I see in this draft as far as wide receivers goes is a lot of guys you're crossing your fingers on. DK Metcalf ain't the dude. His hands are suspect. He looks like a specimen, but half of these NFL players do with their shirt off. So a lot of you jabronis out there.
all you fucking momos.
Because I seen you on Twitter get hot and bothered when they had that DK Metcalf shirtless photo. I was like, we got to draft this guy. Yo, rip the posters down off your bedroom wall right now. Okay, Metcalf ain't the dude. And if he ends up being the dude at the end of the season, we don't draft him, or if we do draft him, I will drink an entire bottle of Cook champagne on air.
Okay.
That cooks.
Hey, that's a bet right there. Cooks.
That cooks. It's a Gilroy party if you're in that Cooks in the backyard. Okay.
There ain't no party like a Gilroy party because a Gilroy party don't stop.
Yeah, we're going to get into some South Bay culture on tonight's Crow's Nest. Don't miss that.
You're fucking right we are.
Yeah, it might be relatable to some of y'all coming from small towns near big cities. But yeah, so Ryan Grant, man. Also, Raiders signed Jordan Richards. The Raiders stay busy even in the aftermath of the free agency period. Jordan Richards, Sacramento native who played for Stanford. He was a second-round pick by the New England Patriots in 2015. He spent 3 years in New England, appearing in 41 games and starting 7 games before being traded to the Falcons for a conditional 2020 7th-round pick. Over his first 4 seasons, Richards has appeared in 59 contests and made 19 starts, compiling 77 tackles, 60 solo tackles, 6 passes defensed, and 2 forced fumbles. In 5 postseason appearances, he has recorded 5 stops as a rotational player on defense. But he's 5'11", another sub 6-foot safety for Oakland. Is this a depth signing, guys?
Yeah, I think so.
90 players in camp.
Yeah.
Just remember that.
You got to have 90.
Before you guys try to turn any of these transactions into potential storylines or judge them or say, I think this person's this or that, or I don't understand this signing, 90 players in training camp.
Breno. Giacomini.
Raiders re-signed cornerback Daryl Worley. Daryl Worley signed a second-round restricted free agent tender with the Oakland Raiders for $3.095 million. Worley played in 10 games in his first season for Oakland and started 9 of those, finishing with 33 tackles, 30 solo, and an interception and 7 passes defensed. Worley was suspended for the first 4 games of the 2018 season for violating the NFL's policy on substance abuse and personal conduct. I'm banned for life, so no judgment there. No judgment there at all. My blood test comes up secret of ooze. That's my blood type.
Oh, man.
But yeah, so Jordan Richards, Daryl Worley, secondary continues to kind of get fortified. A lot of players back there. How do you feel about the return of Daryl Worley this season?
Yeah, I feel good about it because when he was on the field, he showed out. He had some very good moments. There's questions about whether or not he's the guy to be, the second cornerback, opposite of Conley. Some people don't think he is. Some people think he's, a backup or he's a fucking, he's the guy you line up over the God damn it, why can't I think right now?
Well, I think Daryl
I'm lost right now, dog.
Daryl Worley's your typical number 2 cornerback on the roster. I have no problem with that. It's Melvin that I had issue with. When Melvin was in there as the number 2 to start the season, especially in man coverage, he was getting abused. And not only that, he had a tendency to panic, and he was a penalty flag machine. So when Daryl Worley got in there, not only did you see a few plays made, some one-on-one plays being made, and he didn't win every matchup, but the flags went down, and I thought Worley played well. I think he left some on the field. He stated as much at the end of the season. I think he's poised to come back and be a really solid number 2 opposite of Conley.
I think so too, but what I was trying to say was a lot of people think that he might be the slot receiver corner, right? So slot receiver corner or nickel corner. I don't think I agree with that, man.
No,
I think if you re-sign a guy like that, you're looking for him to be number 2. You got we just signed, dude from the Rams,
LaMarcus Joyner. That's your nickel back.
And that's who we're looking to be our nickel back. So
Best
why would
game.
you wouldn't sign Worley to be your nickel back or your slot corner, right?
Yeah.
You're going to want him to be the number 2.
Yeah.
Okay? And if he's not the guy, we'll find out, and he's going to get replaced.
And don't forget injury, man. Worley suffered injury last year, too.
This is true.
So let's get into the drama. The Raiders signed Antonio Brown.
Yes.
People had reservations about that. Most of us were excited. I think even if you had reservations, you were excited. But here it comes. Antonio Brown now in Antonio Brown form, whether you like it or not. So Antonio Brown, I believe it was this morning, it might have been yesterday, or this morning might have been yesterday morning. I think it was this morning. Tweeted out about 9:30 a.m. Keep your emotions off the internet. Straight up. That's what he tweeted. Mr. Big Chest followed up about an hour and a half later, about 90 minutes later. He tweeted out this: emotion, : boy fumbled the whole postseason and the biggest game of the year. Everyone went blind to busy making guys famous. Not enough reality these days. By the way, check the list. This was a retweet of, this is a comment on a retweet of a picture for JuJu Schuster. Being the 2018 MVP for the Steelers.
Right.
So JuJu fired back. He subtweeted Antonio Brown. He said, keep your emotions off the internet. Which is a pretty fire response, to be honest. JuJu's a Steeler, but I think he got the better of that.
I think so too.
I do. He followed up, though. He said, all I ever did was show that man love and respect from the moment I got to the league. I was genuinely happy for him, too, when he got traded to Oakland with a big contract. And now he takes shots at me on social media. Crazy how big that ego got to be to take shots at people who show you love. Shake my head. So here's the thing, man. Antonio Brown leaves Pittsburgh, right? And he leaves behind what we're to believe is a total shitstorm of the head coach and the quarterback basically running the show over there. You know, ego's out of hand. Everybody's ego's out of hand. But to be honest, it was Antonio Brown's emotions on Twitter that got him to Oakland in the first place.
Yes, it was.
Right.
So we got to be really careful on how we approach the situation, how we talk about this situation, right? Because if Antonio Brown wasn't showing out and wearing his heart on his sleeve, he might still be a Steeler right now.
This is true.
Right?
This is true.
Now, Schuster's dig back in Antonio Brown, that was a solid shot back, using the man's own words. But got to wonder where this comment from Antonio Brown comes from. We can't speculate, but how does this make you feel, Che?
Listen, I think there's always a lot more to the story than we know, right? There's a little bit more that goes on in the locker rooms than people actually fucking know. I wouldn't be surprised. Let's just say this. I wouldn't be surprised that Antonio's feeling this way because the relationship they shared in the locker room, they had a lot of the same thoughts, right? So, Antonio sharing his thoughts on Ben Roethlisberger, per se.
Yeah.
I think he might have heard a lot of the same shit in reply from JuJu Smith-Schuster, right? But now that he's the guy and he's the only one left in Pittsburgh, he's got a safe face.
Yeah.
I mean, you can say I'm wrong, you say I'm way off. Pittsburgh Steelers fans would be like, get the fuck out of here, right? But that's possible. At the same time, too, I mean, the guy posted a picture immediately after the trade saying, I'm ready, with him catching a touchdown in the end zone in Oakland with Antonio Brown in the background. He posted that immediately after the trade. He tried to talk about in his response about how he respected AB and all that kind of stuff. Well, if you respected him, that's a little bit of a hidden jab.
Oh,
at the
yeah.
guy.
That's for
because
sure.
you're like,
sure.
Don't worry, we'll be all right.
Yeah.
I got you, dog.
Who won that game?
Right, exactly. We won that fucking game. We won that game.
Who stayed to the end?
We fucking stayed to the end.
You goddamn
and
right.
we fucking harassed Pittsburgh Steelers fans all the way up the stairs. They didn't like us at all, dog. But no, listen, man. So for that dude to sit there and say like, oh no, why this guy's being super emotional right now? No, dog. You made your jab. You thought you could get away with it. He caught it, and Antonio Brown don't play that shit. He's coming out. He's firing off shots on social media. He don't give a fuck.
No.
I don't give a shit about that.
No.
I honestly don't give a shit what Antonio Brown posts on social media in reference to his old team. Fucking call them all out, dog.
Yeah.
Call your fucking old coach out. Call everybody on that team out. I don't give a shit. That's not my team.
Yeah. Fuck Ben Roethlisberger. Fuck JuJu Schuster.
Yeah.
Fuck Mike Epps. Fuck the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Fuck all those guys. I don't care, dog. When I have a problem is when he starts to post shit in reference to our team. That hasn't happened. Everything that he posts in reference to our team, it's all positive. Him working out with fucking Carr, him hanging out with former players, legends, right? He's hanging out with all these people, man.
Yeah.
That's a good sign. He's having conversations. He's mentioning about how Tim Brown hits him up and he's like, yo, Oakland don't play that shit. So you better come over here. You better do what you're gonna do, right? Like we don't Oakland fans don't play that game.
Yeah.
Like you gotta come. Like you can talk all you want to talk, but you gotta come show out.
Yeah.
So he's shown respect for the nation. He's shown respect for our legends. He's shown respect for our team. So I don't got no fucking problems with him, man.
No.
No.
Antonio Brown's in a new relationship now. He got a new boo. So it's all about fuck the old boo.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's proudly posting pictures of him with his new boo. And the old boo is grasping at straw. She's like, well, I got a job. And he's like, bitch, I stay paid. Keep talking. This is my new boo.
Don't act like you didn't like those vacations I took you on.
And he's been seeing new boo on the side. Every Pro Bowl, him and the new boo have seen each other. So this has been going on for some time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's happy, dog. He posts a lot of pictures of himself with fans too.
Yeah, he does.
A lot of Raider fans. So you can see that he's making sure that he's hitting all the marks as far as being a Raider, dog. So as long as he goes out and he performs, come the season, that's all that matters, dog. And nobody else should be fucking concerned or worried about anything else. I know if something goes south during the season, this is the first thing people are going to point at.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, we should have known better, blah, blah, this and that. No. I don't think this has anything to do with it. The motherfucker is telling you he wants to be here. And he's showing you he hated being there.
Yeah.
I don't have a fucking problem with that.
No problems.
I don't have no problem with that.
No
qualms.
Do you
dog.
agree, Juice?
Oh yeah. Did you guys see him in the sauna with Romo?
Yeah.
What the?
Did you see Romo sucking it in?
Flexing?
Sucking it
in his gut.
Come on, Romo. You're old,
man.
dog. It's okay, man. You got a little flab down there. It's all good. I got a little flab. I'm not as old as you, dog.
Hang out, Romo. You think Romo's a drinker? You think he drinks beer?
Oh, fuck yeah.
You think so?
Oh,
Sure.
Yeah. We got to bring him on for some chelas, though. That would be dope.
Hey, Romo, if you see me at a game, I got to deny.
Romo, come through the tailgate.
I think Romo's the one guy that can get them to sell beers after halftime.
Probably.
That's the guy you want in your crew, then.
I think he's got that.
You
pull.
open up this goddamn beer.
He'll unleash a whole tackle box full of fucking supplements on your ass. Ugh,
Have everyone doing push-ups and shots.
I like that.
Yeah.
Former NFL QB, once coached by John Gruden, Chris Sims, with your bitch ass, sounded off in regards to John and staff looking into QBs in this year's draft. Chris Sims said, quote unquote, unless you're the MVP of football at the quarterback position, he's just the type of guy that is always going to be looking at the quarterbacks if you can improve the position. Sims said of Gruden, is there anybody out there that I'm missing? He is very hard to satisfy that way. He went on to say, if this is just a so-so year by the Raiders and Carr doesn't lead them to some victories, I can promise you this will be real next year. And John Gruden will be looking for another quarterback. Carr's had 2 years of being injured with below average play. Ever since he signed his big contract, you're going to have to earn it here in year 3. First of all, Chris Sims, you couldn't hack it. All right. Not everyone's out to get you. It's not that difficult for everybody. Okay. Number 2, tell me something I don't know already.
Right.
I feel like maybe you didn't ask for this interview. They probably called you. I know it's that time of the year, but this is not a headline worthy quote. Yet it's on the show. Yet I'm fucking jamming this fucking button.
Quick hitting it.
Quick hits.
Hitting it.
And so Chris Sims, yeah, we know that this is a make or break year for Carr. Below average every year after 2016, I would say not. I'd say last year was at least an average year. Definitely below average in terms of touchdowns, but a career year for him in every other stat category. Not too bad for a guy that got sacked 50,000 times.
Right.
Learning a brand new system.
Right.
And, trying to get acclimated with, again, a wide receiver core that was decimated, being shuffled up during the season. Offensive line, subpar, injured. Just a team kind of facing adversity almost everywhere at every position. And the guy got right back in there. Chris Sims, you couldn't even get the play call.
No, motherfucker. No.
You lost your job to Jeff Garcia?
Yeah, I think so.
Did he?
Yeah, Jeff Garcia.
Shout out to Gilroy.
Shout out Gilroy.
Shout out to Gilroy.
Hey, you've all heard my Jeff Garcia story.
Oh, man. Yeah, man. Hey, Chris Sims. You know what, man? Nut up, dog.
Yeah, he was dropping F-bombs in that thing and everything.
Nut up,
he
dog.
was all fired up.
Yeah, on some bullshit.
He was.
dog.
He was all fired up.
You sad, man. You sad because you were the prodigal son of Phil Simms. By the way, didn't your dad's championship get won by Jeff Hostetler?
Yeah, I haven't heard Phil Simms in
House. Yeah, man, get the fuck out of here, dog. You are carrying a lot of anger, towards John Gruden.
Yeah,
he was just trying to make you a man.
Chris, you couldn't catch on with any team. Any team. You couldn't make the Buccaneers squat, dog.
Oh, man.
So that's all I got to say.
Good times.
Last but not least, the Jets unveiled some new uniforms this week, and the Raiders dug in their heels with a social media post titled, Uniform Update, still the best in the game. The Raiders, the silver and black will remain the silver and black and will not change forever until the end of time.
That's right.
Period.
Fuck out of here.
I would like to see, this is a hot take, I would like to see an alternate uniform for the Raiders that featured no other change but a chrome helmet.
Chrome helmet?
Yeah.
Just a little more shine.
An alternate. Not like a permanent change.
I'd be all right with that.
But like that chrome.
That chrome, like fucking going to battle, like that fucking like some sci-fi fucking chromed out. Yeah, I'm down with it. Cool. I'm with it. I also wouldn't be mad at a flat black one, dog.
That would be sick too.
That looks dope too.
As an alternate.
Just the helmet. Don't fuck with this. Don't fuck with our uniforms, okay?
No.
I don't like that shit.
Or the logo.
Yeah. Don't fuck with the logo either.
This is probably
unless you're going back to like the old school one.
63 or whatever.
Yeah.
With the white.
This is probably a good time to mention too. The Jets have also for 3 games this year they'll be wearing an all black jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck out of here, dude.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
I mean, who's the only other team in the NFL allowed to wear a black jersey? Probably the Saints.
Well, fucking Jaguars, right?
I'm sure the Eagles like that too. They're gonna look just like the Eagles.
Didn't the Jaguars fucking wear?
The Jags had black, but they're an expansion team. They should have known better. The Saints have been around. I'll let them wear the black.
And the Ravens, right? The Ravens wear black.
Yeah, but they're an expansion team too, dog. Yeah. I mean, not really.
So what you're saying is expansion teams excluded, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
all the teams that have been around for a fucking minute.
Yeah.
Don't be trying to switch up your fucking color scheme.
Everyone wants to wear black.
Come on, dog.
Everyone wants to wear black. Yeah, we wear black. Real men. Yeah.
There was an argument online too. There was an argument on Twitter this week about this. Because of course, why wouldn't there be? And there was some cats that were like, "Oh no, so what? Now you can't wear black. Well, black's a color. It's available to anybody. You just put it on your uniform." No, motherfuckers, no, because that's exactly why you choose your color schemes when you create your franchise. The Raiders have switched up their color schemes just once. Mm-hmm. They got rid of that gold. Mm-hmm. And we threw that garbage to the fucking Niners. You can have it. Okay, you can have that bullshit. We're going to go silver. Okay? Yeah. And it's been black and silver ever since, man.
Oh, yeah. And shout out to Cain in the chat. Of course, the Steelers wear black. But I'm never thinking about the Steelers. Never thinking about the Steelers. I'm never thinking about the Steelers. And that is a fact.
Fact.
Real quick, short return for the Silver and Black Fact segment. Shout out to Mike Gorelli over there at PFF. Brought to you every week by Pro Football Focus. Follow them on Twitter at PFF_Raiders to get your Silver and Black facts every day of the week. Right now,
Fact.
PFF's top graded edge rushers in this year's draft, listed in order. It's Nick Bosa at number 1. Mm-hmm. There's some surprises in here. Number 2, who do you think they have rated at number 2?
Another defensive end.
Josh Allen. Hybrid, right? Hybrid. Linebacker, defensive end. Number 3, your boy, Brian Burns.
Okay.
Brian Burns. Number 4, Chase Winovich. Number 5, Clelin Ferrell. Maybe a little bit lower on this list than most people expected. And number 6, Zach Allen. Number 7, Montez Sweat. Who's missing from this list? It's a guy that early on they had mocked to us over and over and over again. Is Rashad Gary.
Oh, Rashawn Gary. That's right.
Not on this list at all. Not going to really go into this because we've done our draft coverage already. We're going to save a little bit more probably for the week before the draft, which is coming up very quickly. But I just thought we'd throw this list out there. Mike sent it to me. I thought it was an interesting list. I don't necessarily completely disagree with it. I like that Gary's not on this list.
Me too.
I think he's kind of a combine
and
warrior.
I like that Winovich is on here, dog. Yeah. Because when your boy came on, who's that? Q? No, it wasn't Q. Damn, why can't I think right now?
Simmons?
No. was Q. Right?
It was Q, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was.
I think it was Q that said that he really liked Winovich, right? He was like, yo, there's this other cat, Winovich, out of Michigan too. And he looks dope. And I was like, yo, I agree with you, dog. Like that motherfucker, he stood out to me at the combine. And then I saw just a little bit of film. I was like, oh, wait a minute. This white boy can play, dog. This guy, this motherfucker can play. And all the spotlight and all the talk has been on Gary. That motherfucker wasn't impressive to me, dog. He didn't impress me, not at the combine. He didn't impress me with his game film, nothing like that. So, again, I'm not the fucking expert, right? I'm not sitting around in the room locked up for fucking hours looking at fucking game film. But for what I have seen, I like Winovich more than Gary too. So the fact that he's on there and he's not, that says a lot.
Oh, good dog. It was Obi. It was Malik.
There we go. That's what it was. I was like, yeah, wait. Who was it?
Yeah. He'll be back on.
Obi-Wan.
He'll be back on.
That's right.
April 25th, April 28th.
That's right.
The last day of the draft.
That's right.
He'll be at the draft. He's going to be giving us his updates. And he says he wants to take another run.
He wants that title, dog.
He wants that title.
He wants that belt.
So,
but you already know if he does get that belt, Rue, you're next up, dog.
You're on deck.
So be ready, dog.
Speaking of which, Juice, you're about to run that 2 minutes.
I'm sweating already, man. I'll tell you, I'm sweating.
But that's not because of the fucking questions, dog. It's because it's hot in here.
It's hot in here. Yeah.
So let's take a quick break. International Beer Days catching up with me. Then when we come back, the 2 minute drill with yeah boy Juice.
Yeah, boy.
Original Pillager. Chill.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Peace.
All right, we're back on the air.
Yeah, boy.
And you know what that means.
Oh, man, the music dropped. It's real.
It's real now.
Oh, new background, y'all.
By the way, those of you listening to the live stream, the new background, if you like it, the Your Stalling graphic available as a t-shirt on DC Floral Custom Tees. You can come on the show and win it, or you can buy it and tell all your friends that you won. It's up to you.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
It's called cheating, but you're putting money towards a good cause, so I ain't mad at you.
It's called promotion.
It is promotion.
Let me
buy them all up, dog.
Let me talk to these guys while I turn my scrn here.
Yeah, of course.
There'll be no peeking.
None of that.
No peeking. No cheating, Juice. No cheating.
None of that.
All right.
Those of you in the chat, if you see Juice peeking over, you see him looking over towards Kenny's side of the screen, shout it out on the fucking chat. So we know he's cheating over here.
I'm looking at Che the whole time. I'm looking this way.
All right. So Juice, you've been on the show before.
Yes.
No introduction needed. We go way back.
That's right.
Indeed.
So we're gonna get this started. I know you've listened, but to those listeners that are joining us brand new, this is the rundown. We're gonna do 20 questions. Half of those, every other question is gonna be a Raiders question. And shout out to Dapper Dan, who joins us on the chat every week. He feeds me a lot of these questions. Yeah. That's
Thanks a lot, Dan. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Most of the Raiders questions come from Dan at this point. He's got his little Raiders trivia calendar. So every morning, I get a new question.
It's a good calendar.
And it goes into the batch. A couple of the answers have been wrong.
You know what? It's the wording, dog.
Yeah.
The wording sometimes gets a little confusing, and people call us out on like specific words. So we just gotta clean that up. That's all. That's all.
And that's not Dan's fault at all.
No.
At all. That's the Raiders. That's Mark Davis's fault.
That's right.
Daddy
Always blame
Mark.
Do. Still waiting for that animation. Somebody drew that up though. They went ahead and they did a little bit of Photoshop, but it wasn't moving, dog. I want that animated version. So with the song.
10 out of the 20 questions, Raiders questions. The other 10, 4 are made up of one category in Juice's wheelhouse. Another 4 are another category in Juice's wheelhouse. And the remaining 2 questions are going to be completely random.
Oh, yeah. Those are good ones.
Oh, and one of these is a daily double worth 2 points. So the maximum score you can have is 21 out of 20 questions. How about that?
That would be dope.
Who's going to be the first one to do it?
Oh, man.
I put the call out this week to any Pillagers that wanted to come on air. I got no response. A few weeks ago, everyone was like, I can do that.
Yeah.
This week, it's you, Juice.
Here we go.
To be fair, Juice never said he could do this.
No, I was shocked.
But what are your categories this week, Juice?
This week, I picked like 80s, 90s rap, specifically Beastie Boys, emphasis on Beastie Boys, and also Star Wars movies.
So I gave you 4 Beastie Boys questions.
Okay.
And 4 Star Wars questions.
All right.
Just a tip to those that are going to come on the show in the future. If you're listening now, it pays to be as specific as possible.
That's right.
That's right. I said, heavy on Beastie Boys and Star Wars movies. I don't want you to hit with some like book trivia.
There you go.
Star Wars canon.
Key.
Oh, this is from 1983.
Eddie Borsilli, Mr. Borsilli, last week made the mistake of telling me history.
I was like, oh my God.
Well, that's a wide open category.
Hey, but he did get one right. He did get a couple right.
He got 9 out of the 20 right when we gave him.
But I'm just talking in specifics to the history questions.
Oh, yeah.
I felt like he got a couple.
He got a couple, and we gave him an extra point because we were wrong. We were wrong about the Chris Barr question.
Right, there you go.
All right, here we go. Are you ready, Juice?
As ready as I'm going to be. Here we go.
All right, first question. It's a Raiders question. Against what team did the Raiders score a season-high 38 points in a game during their 2016 season?
I'm stalling.
Calling himself out.
38 points.
True Pillager.
Broncos. Denver Broncos.
That is incorrect. Correct answer was the Buffalo Bills.
Damn.
The Raiders actually scored above 30 several times that season.
They did.
Question number 2. In the 1990s, Capitol gave the Beastie Boys carte blanche to do as they pleased, leading up to the recording of Check Your Head. During this time, they built their very own studio. What was the name of that studio?
Is it G-Sun or the G-Spot?
That is correct.
Bam!
Boom.
Damn.
Beastie Boys trivia, a lock.
That was a good one. That was maybe my toughest Beastie Boys question.
I didn't fucking have that one. I can tell you that right now.
Damn. Yeah.
G-Sun.
G-Sun. And shout out to their label, Ground Royal Records, also formed at the same time.
There you go.
Question number 3. What player led the Raiders in touchdowns, a club record, 6 seasons in a row during the 1990s?
Repeat the question.
What player, you're stalling, led the Raiders in touchdowns, a club record, 6 seasons in a row during the 1990s?
Tim Brown.
You're fucking right.
That is correct.
You're fucking right.
Touchdown, Timmy Brown.
That was good. You're 2 out of 3 right now. You're doing pretty damn good, Juice.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Shit. Other people are shook right now.
Yeah.
Other people are shook right now.
Come for the title. There we go.
Obi's sweating in the dark apartment right now. Question number 4. Who was the first captain and who was the final captain of the Millennium Falcon? They're 2 different people. Who was the first captain of the ship and who was the last captain of the ship as we know it?
God, I would say Lando Calrissian is the first. And the final captain, as we know it, is Ray.
That is correct.
There we go.
And that was not a daily double.
I thought that was going to be like a trick question in there or something. Like, no, man, overthinking it.
I was good.
Overthinking it.
I was good. I was good. Question number 5. What reserve safety posted a team-leading 14 tackles on kick coverage for the Raiders in their 12-win 2016 season? What reserve safety posted a team-leading 14 tackles on kick coverage for the Raiders' 12-win 2016 season? You're stalling.
I'm definitely stalling on that one. I am drawing a blank.
Reserve safety.
I do not know.
It's Brandon Treywick.
Okay.
So, okay.
Stuart Schwaggart.
I'll take your word for it.
Hey, shout out to Stuart Schwaggart. I know feelings on him are mixed, but you have to listen to the last episode of the Wolfpack Nation podcast.
Absolutely.
because the Al Davis stories that Stu dropped on that show alone are worth their weight in gold. Amazing shit. Shout out to Cain on that show for the interview. Shout out to the whole crew because everybody fired some great questions at Stu. That was a really good interview.
Yeah. Shout out, Stu. Shout out to you, bro.
I'm stalling.
Thank you.
All right, another Beastie Boys questions for you right now. This is a slam dunk. You got this. If you got the first one, you got this one. This pair of producers are known for producing the critically acclaimed and my favorite Beastie Boys album, Paul's Boutique, in the late 80s. They went on to produce Hanson's first album, featuring the chart-topping single, Mba.
Who are the Dust Brothers?
Bam!
Correct. But did you know that they produced Hanson?
I did not know that.
It's kind of weird because the Dust Brothers are dope.
I knew about the Young MC though. Young MC, they did his album.
That's right, they did. That's actually a really good album. Shout out to Delicious Vinyl.
Yeah, Delicious Vinyl.
Which was actually run out of somebody's living room. Bet you didn't know that.
Go check that shit out. You don't know, now you know.
The Dust Brother with that elephant on the couch though, he's knocked out.
Smoking that dust.
Yeah.
All right, so where you got 4 out of 6 right now. You're sitting pretty, dog. Sitting pretty.
Right.
Reminder, the record is 13, held by 2 people. Question number 7. In the lowest scoring game in club history, entering 2017, the Raiders beat the Chargers 6-0 on a pair of field goals by who?
You don't get to tell me what year?
Nope.
Jeff Jagger.
George Blanda.
Oh, okay.
George Blanda. It's a tough question. Didn't give you the year.
That's all right.
I believe it was 1975.
Good enough.
Here's a Star Wars question for you.
All right.
May the Force be with you.
Thank you.
What is the name of Boba Fett's ship?
Slave One.
Bam!
Boom.
Bam!
Not everybody knows that.
Can't stump Juice.
Yeah.
The problem is I'm losing all the Raider questions. I got to pull my Raider card. You see what the tailgate. Get the fuck out of here.
You've only missed 2.
She got a strong Star Wars card, dog.
Yeah.
Strong.
The Force is strong with you.
all the nerds in the nation. You let me know.
All right.
Here we go.
Question number 9. In 2001, this Raider DB led the team with 5 interceptions. 2001. 5 picks. Who was it?
Was it Woodson?
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
It was Torrey James.
Oh, shit.
man.
Tory
Damn.
James.
Yeah.
That was Chuck. That was Chuck.
I say not a bad guess, right? Question number 10.
I should have thought about that. Probably picking on the other side.
All right.
Okay.
Another Beastie Boys question here. This man served as the group's DJ for 2 albums, Check Your Head and Ill Communication. Name that DJ. Hurricane. Put your head out.
There it is.
Bam!
There it is. DJ Hurra. Damn, that's a good one too. Did you know that?
I didn't know that shit. I told you my fucking Beastie Boys knowledge is fucking bad, dog.
Hurricane got clout. Other DJs, put your head out.
There you go.
Hurricane.
Yeah. I even bought his solo album.
Oh, you got that?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I sold it back, but
Gave it a shot. Shout out to Warehouse
yeah.
for letting me dub your CDs
Yes.
and then returning them for more CDs.
That's right.
My tape game was strong.
Hell yeah.
None of them had covers.
Of course not. Because they all came in a fucking plastic wrap, dog.
11th question. We're more than halfway through this now.
Oh man.
This is a slam dunk. If you listen to the show, if you're a Raiders fan,
Okay.
and you listen to the show, no brainer. You wake up answering this question.
Okay.
All right.
Now the pressure's on.
I know. I was like, oh my god.
In what year was the Raiders organization formed?
1960.
You're fucking right.
Yeah, there we go.
Juice.
All right, you got 3 wrong. You got 8 right. And we're at question 12.
Oh man.
You need 5 more
Sitting pretty.
to tie the record.
Sitting
Here we go.
pretty.
Here we go.
Daily double is on the horizon.
Woo.
Oh.
Rue had a daily double, correct?
Yeah.
All right.
I think so. Yeah, I think Rue got the daily
Just
double.
want to make sure.
Wait, I thought we did daily double already.
No. No, it was a two-part answer, but it was
Two-part answer, but it was one.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 point. 1 point.
Sometimes I do that. A Dapper Dan said he gave Hurricane a ride in his Jeep.
Nice.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
I don't want to know.
Afros.
I don't want to know any more of that story. Here's our first.
Shout out to Jeeps. They got dissed last week. They got
did.
dissed last week. Heavy.
Big time. Big time. This is your first random question. All right.
Okay.
Name the largest moon of Neptune.
You were almost on it, dog. You were spot on with the question. Woo.
I don't know.
Take a shot. Take a shot.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Largest moon of Neptune is Triton.
Okay. That makes sense. I should have took a shot.
I randomly knew that. Question number 13, Lucky 13 here. Jay Schrader for you.
There we go.
Okay. He played for the Saints and the Lions, but in 1995, he was a single-season sack leader for the Raiders.
Oh.
For the Oakland Raiders.
Oh.
Played for the Saints and the Lions, but in 1995, he was a single-season sack leader for the Oakland Raiders. And in 2019, you're stalling.
Is it Schilling or something like that? Schilling?
It was not Kurt Schilling. No.
He was like, he got like his 99th sack and 100th sack with us. Oh, man.
It's very close. You're very close. Sounds like Schilling.
Oh, man.
Dig deep.
It's right there. It's right there.
Yeah. I remember he got his 100th sack with us.
You're stalling.
Yeah. And it's not Schilling, huh?
It's close.
Shit. I don't know. I thought it was...
It was Pat Swilling.
Swilling.
That was a deep dive. That was a deep dive.
Schilling, Swilling.
Shout out to Britt on the chat.
Yeah.
And Tony Capil. They both got that right.
Schilling. Damn.
All right, question number 14. You're still doing well, man. Still doing well.
Okay.
This is an easy one. It's an easy Star Wars question for anybody.
Okay.
What planet is home to Chewbacca and the Wookiees?
Kashyyyk.
That's correct.
Your boy.
That's correct.
Give him that medal for the Star Wars questions.
I only say it's easy because we're here now.
Yeah.
Like I've heard your knowledge.
Yeah.
That's a slam dunk for you. When I was writing these, I was like, he maybe not know this.
Right. You were wrong.
I was wrong.
That's my Raider knowledge. Jeez.
All right, here we go.
Sorry, there's some tough Raider questions, Doug.
Let's see. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions wrong. 4 out of those 5 are Raider questions.
All right.
All right. One of them was an outer space question.
There you go.
This running back spent his career in the AFC West, beginning with the hated Kansas City Chiefs, prior to joining our beloved Raiders. However, in the silver and black, he set a career high for himself for running for over 1,000 yards. For the only time in his career, who was he?
Long leg.
So who's that dude with the long neck?
Yep, long neck
man.
motherfucker.
God
You
dang.
already know who he is, dog.
Oh, man, I remember booing his ass in like 97. Oh, man. God dang, this is a long neck dude. Oh, man. It wasn't Merton Hakes. That was the other long neck guy.
Yeah. He was a corner.
Harvey Williams.
There you go.
Boom.
That's what I'm talking about, dog.
That answer makes up for all the other misses. That's a tough Raiders question right there.
Harvey Williams had the longest fucking neck
Man.
of all time, dog. Really like E.T.
I was at the game. I remember booing his ass. Just booing him off the field. Man, I was done with that guy.
He fumbled quite a bit, right?
I was done with that guy.
Yeah, man.
The chat's doing well, but of course, they're Googling all the answers.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Trying to look smart.
I always do well at home.
Yeah.
You know, when I'm listening, I always do, but sitting right here, it's hot.
Well, Juice was smart by being very specific with his categories.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm trying to help all of our contestants out.
Yes.
But you come at me with like,
Broad ass question. Broad ass fucking topics, man.
what's one of your specialties? And you're like, Earth.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
I can't help you.
You're fucked.
Math. All of it.
You should have said the produce section at Costco.
Ooh. Not bad. Great place to see your girlfriend's nipples get hard.
Facts.
Facts.
Hit us with that. I want to hear. I keeps it real. Put that one on.
I X'd that. I don't have that on my board.
Oh,
I don't have that on my board.
Oh, man.
all right.
We got to bring that one back now.
I didn't know that was getting love. I got to bring that back.
I like it.
All right, here's your final Beastie Boys question for the night.
Here we go.
Who played Cochise in the video for Sabotage in 1994?
Oh.
MCA.
You are goddamn right.
You're goddamn right.
Boom.
That's right. Rest in peace, MCA.
That's right.
The only
Sabotage.
the only celebrity who ever passed away, and when I heard the news, I instantly broke down in tears. That's right. Your boy Kenny Stapler broke down in tears when MCA died.
So did your boy Juice, and it was in front of a bunch of minor, kids that I work with, and they were like, I was trying really hard not to get laughed at, but it was rough.
Hey.
Dude, were you surprised by yourself? I was shocked by myself. I was like, that was my reaction. I did not think. I just started freaking bawling, dude.
Well, I knew he was sick. So I wasn't shocked.
Yeah.
But it hurt. It hurt.
I was just shocked that I got that emotional.
Yeah. I remember I called my mom. She's like, well, now you know how I feel when Janis Joplin died. I'm like, oh.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
All right, enough stalling.
No. Stalling.
Question number 17.
Here we go.
What first-round pick out of Ohio State in 1996 caught 186 passes at tight end in his first 5 years in Oakland? Tight end,
Yeah.
Ohio State.
Dudley.
What year?
Something.
First-round pick in 1996.
Yeah. Ricky Dudley?
That's correct.
Yeah, I couldn't remember his first name. There you go.
One of the few questions that has been on the show before.
Man, how many fucking times did they throw him the ball, man? That motherfucker had brick hands, dog.
I know.
You suck.
That's why it's a tough question.
Them fucking rebounds.
I had to try to mix it up because I know Juice is a loyal listener, so
That's right.
I got to come with some fresh questions.
Yeah, man, that was a good question.
All right, we're nearing the end here.
Right.
The boy's been on fire, though.
On fire.
On fire, dog.
And fuego. It is hot in here.
It is.
He's on fire.
Are these lights bright, Juice?
They are.
Fucking
They are.
bright, huh?
I feel like I'm on Broadway.
Now you know why your boy wears shades all the time, man.
All right, question number 18. Nearing the end here. Where are we at? Let's get a tally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The next correct answer ties the record, Juice.
Woo! I still have a daily double coming.
You still have a daily double coming.
Okay.
This is not it.
Okay.
Final Star Wars question.
Okay.
Star Wars releases Episode 9 later this year.
Right.
Through the previous 8 episodes, which is the only episode in which Master Yoda did not appear. I need the number and the title. Stalling,
One,
you
two,
are.
Stalling, you are. Number 7, The Force Awakens.
Is that your final answer?
That's my final answer.
Correct answer is Episode 4, A New Hope.
God dang, you're right.
Yeah.
Dang, got a Star Wars question wrong.
All right, here we go.
Damn.
Last 2 questions, and this one
Oh, there it
is your daily double. This question is worth 2 points. There's 2 answers. You will get a point for each correct answer with a possible total of 2 points. So you can not only tie the record here, but you can break the record here.
Come on, Juice.
Here we go.
And good for you, you may have heard this question before. Who holds the record for the longest punt in Raiders history, and how long was it?
Say Shane Leckler. And I'll say 96 yards.
You've tied the record, Juice, and that alone is a feat.
Hell yeah.
Man,
It was 80 yards.
80 yards. I got crazy. 96. Jeez.
Hey,
It was 80 yards.
it's not that far off,
80
Doc.
yards. 80 yards. There we go.
This couldn't have finished a better way.
No.
You're sitting at 13 correct, tied for the record, with 1 to go.
And it's a
Random question.
random question.
Oh, man.
Hey, I see you, dog.
How did I screw up the Star Wars question? Goodness.
Oh, man. Here we go.
that question, looming large it is. That's right.
God dang.
Final question.
All right.
Think about this very closely, because you may think you know the answer.
Okay.
Don't rush. Don't rush. We're still gonna hit you with the you're
Stalling,
stalling, but don't rush.
All right. Here we go.
You're stalling.
Already.
What is the process of splitting atoms called? Think about it. That music right now, though.
Yeah, goodness, man. Splitting atoms.
You're stalling.
You goddamn right. That's a little trade-off, right?
Yeah, we do a little trade-off right there.
I actually used your catchphrase in a meeting the other day.
Did you?
Somebody said something. I was like, "You goddamn right." Oh, my bad.
They were like, you probably made some motherfuckers nervous, dog.
You son of a bitch. All right, one more time.
That's. I don't have an answer, man.
You gotta throw one out. Throw something.
Splitting an atom. It's called Eving, like Adam and Eve. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I have no idea, dude. No idea.
That is correct. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. That is actually wrong. The process of splitting an atom is called fission. Not fusion,
Fission.
but fission.
Fission.
Yeah.
Damn, that Yoda question's gonna freaking haunt me.
But you know what?
Hey.
You're now sitting tied atop the leaderboard.
So you know what that means? It's a fucking battle royale, bro.
Bring it.
It is a
Battle royale.
It is a battle royale. So the way the power rankings go right now is Raider Roo is on top. We're gonna give the first to tie a chance to the repeat, and Roo just gets to hold on to his belt. Right? Fair enough.
Yeah.
You're
enough,
a
fair
boxing
enough.
fan, Che. Is that fair?
Absolutely.
Fair enough.
If he wins, Raider Roo gets another shot at it. If Raider Roo wins, Juice is next in line.
That's right.
If Raider Roo loses, Juice is next in line.
There you go.
Roo, all eyes on you, doggy.
All eyes on me.
Because let me see. April 25th, I think our next show is going to be Cinco de Mayo, which is
Cinco de Mayo.
shout out to Raider Watts.
Yeah, Raider Watts is in the chat.
Make sure you subscribe to his YouTube channel. He's going to be coming on Cinco de Mayo. He's going to run that 2-minute drill.
Yeah, he
okay,
is.
on that night. We got to get Roo on shortly after that.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll look at the schedule right now. See what we have booked through May. But I think Roo, you're probably going to get a shot at the at defending your title if you need to.
Right.
If you don't, it's going to be on you, Juice. So Cinco de Mayo plus 7, carry the 1. May 12th, is that right?
I'm in.
Yeah,
I'm
something
in.
like that.
May 12th, yeah.
And chelas, man.
So hey, Chelas plus 1.
There you go.
I'm going to do a little math. We're going to take a little break.
Yeah.
We're going to clink glasses right here and celebrate Juice, because Juice, I'm going to tell you what. I didn't think you were going to do bad at all.
Nah.
But I didn't think you were going to come in here and do 13.
Nah.
I had you at 10.
Okay.
Yeah, I had you at 10.
I wanted to get 6. I just wanted to not be the bottom guy.
You didn't want to be the only person in last place.
No.
I had you at 10, 11. If 10 was the over-under, I probably would have bet the over. You know, but I did. For anybody that's going to try to call shenanigans, which I'm not seeing on the chat, everyone's a lot of congratulations.
Juice was smart, dog.
Yeah.
He was very specific with his wheelhouse.
That's right.
That's a suggestion for the rest of y'all. If you're not listening to us on a regular basis, well, then guess what?
Yeah.
You're going to have some trouble when you come on this bitch.
That's right. And I'm telling you that I'm going to be kicking myself in the ass with a Yoda question forever, man.
And to be fair, 8 out of those 10 Raiders questions were brand new. You didn't get them all right, but you got a lot of them right. It helped you out in the long run. Right. Yoda got you in the end. He was the Jedi Master.
He did.
After all. But Raider Nug suggests that myself and Che do the 2-minute drill. Fuck you.
This is our show, motherfucker.
With peace and love.
That's right.
We appreciate you. But hey, I'm not going to put my credibility on the line.
Yeah.
I think I'll do all right. I'm smart with the categories. I can give you those. I'm going to miss a few Raiders questions. Let's just face it. It depends. It's a big body of work. It's a big body of work.
We don't claim to be fucking the encyclopedias of everything and all things Raiders. I'm not gonna even sit here and lie, man. We get some of these wrongs ourselves. We sit here, we look at these questions like, no shit. Okay,
Yeah.
no shit. But it's a good time.
If I had to put money on Che, I'm gonna go similar numbers here. I'm gonna say I think Che's good for 11. I think that's fucking solid. 11 or 12.
Appreciate that.
I think that's solid, dude.
Appreciate that, though.
You know.
Yeah.
Especially if I give you my wheelhouse, it's gonna be real specific.
Yeah. He knows.
Yeah.
What would you put on me, Che?
Shit, dog. I'll give you. Oh man, I think you're good, dog. I think you knock out a good fucking 11, 12, dog.
Yeah, I think we're right in there.
I think you get a good 11, 12 for sure. Like for sure, right?
Yeah.
And with the upside, I mean, I think you can knock out more, but fucking 12 for sure. 11, 12 for sure.
Well, it's a good thing you change up, some of those Raider quick, because I do listen every week.
Yeah.
And so I was leaving the house, I was driving over here, and I'm thinking, okay, 1960. There used to be gold in the color. There used to be gold.
Yeah.
Keysar Stadium.
Chromophobia.
Chromophobia.
Dude, I got it. I'm
The fear
Keysar
of
Stadium,
silver.
San Francisco. Yeah, I'm thinking of all this stuff. I'm like, okay, those are the ones. You got to get those right.
But see, we know you listen, Juice.
Yeah,
That's
I know.
why
You
we can't
changed it
can't
up.
give you those, dog.
Changed
We
it
can't
up.
give you those.
And I was close with that shilling.
Yeah, you were close.
You
You
were
were
close,
man. I was
man. You almost
close
had
there.
swilling, man.
And then, man, that Yoda one's gonna kill me.
It's all good, man.
But man,
13 is
I'll take
nothing
it.
to
I'll take it.
fucking
I'll take it.
nothing to
You're
fucking.
in good company.
I'll take it.
The guy that I think could break the record is Cain.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I think Kane's good for a good 14.
I-
Because I no doubt in my mind he's going to run the table on the Raiders questions. Cain just knows his fucking Raiders history,
Yeah,
dog,
yeah,
like the
yeah.
back of his hand.
And then asking like some barbecue questions. He's an
Barbecue and fucking like 90s hip hop, probably.
Definitely hip hop is going to be a category, I think, for Cain. I think he's going to kill that because I've even tried to stump Cain on some hip hop shit. I'm like, you don't know about this crew. And he's got it.
Yeah.
East Coast, West Coast, down south, it don't matter.
Yeah.
He's got it. Even the most cutty records, like me and Cain see eye to eye on that shit. And then I don't know what his second category would be. I'd be interested in finding out. It might be culinary, but it might be something completely different.
That's what's up.
We don't know.
Still
but,
be dope, though.
But I think Cain could fucking crush this challenge. That might be a good exercise to have him run it. Because I think, just as an example, just to set the bar.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I think he would be the best
I like that.
representative.
I like that idea.
Yeah,
I like
think
that
so.
idea, man.
So shout out to you, Cain. Cain.
Shout out, Cain.
Speaking of Cain, I'm getting
He's up in the chat too, dog. Cain's up in the chat,
I'm
dog.
getting good at these segues, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
of
yeah.
course.
Because speaking of Cain, after we come back from this break,
Yeah.
it's Cain's Corner.
That's
And
right.
Your phone calls. Stay tuned. On the other side, it's the Pillaging Podcast. I'm Kenny.
Joined by your boy Che.
And
Juice.
we out here.
Peace.
Go Raiders. And we're back. That's right. We're back on the air.
That's right.
Back on the air.
Goddamn right.
People are like, how does Kenny and Chase shout and whisper? And it still comes through so clear. You may never know.
Now, bro, best producer in the game. Make sure the clarity is there.
Clarity is there.
The clarity is there.
It's on point. I think at this time is a good time to call our brother Raider Cain.
You're fucking right.
I'm feeling saucy, doggy.
I'm feeling saucy too. We're pretty sauced up over here. Your boy came through with the
That
good
sugar-
chelas, dog.
That sugar has a little kick to it.
That brown sugar.
10% is no hoe.
Hell no. Hell no.
You got damn right.
Shoo. I might
Please
have to
leave
drink
your
some water.
message for
Oops.
Net.
Easy.
Yeah. Almost got us.
Got you.
Almost got us.
Kane's in that. He's in that trap house right now. He's shuffling phones. He's got a bag of phones, dog.
Two phones.
Hello?
Yeah, what up, dog?
What's good?
What's going on?
We got you on the burner phone. We got you on the burner phone right now. We got you on that track phone. Got you on that Boost Mobile.
Actually, it's Verizon. This motherfucker up in the mountains, man. Can't get no signal up here. Yeah,
you got to go with Verizon if you're up in the fucking mountains.
Hey,
because AT&T and fucking and T-Mobile, they're gonna fuck your life up out there, dog.
A brother in the mountains is type nervous.
No shit.
You know what? But you know what though? I have not experienced no racism up here at all.
Hey. That's because everybody's high as shit, bro. I know where you're at right now, and that's like become like a little hub of green activity up there.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So you fit
all over.
You fit right in with the green ass.
Oh man,
hey, it's not a mistake why my brother's out there right now, dog.
With the greenery.
Yeah, he's out there
and the greenery.
He's taking them nature walks, man. I'll pick a little plant here. I'll take a little leaf there.
Damn, that potpourri. The tea is silent. The tea is silent. Cainer, man, it's been a week, but it feels longer than that. How you feeling, brother?
Oh, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm just chilling, you know.
That's what's up, brother.
Man, just waiting for this draft to come up, man. You know what I'm saying? It's getting close. I'm starting to get antsy.
All of us,
you know, and I'm I know. I'm planning on going out there too. So it's coming up, man. So it's getting exciting. The feeling is starting to get. My juices are starting to flow.
We're in
my
that
draft mocks is starting to drop out of place, and now that shit is coming into reality. You know what I'm saying?
Focus, laser focus, because this is that time of year, right? Leading up like March. In March, everyone's got their mock drafts going. All the articles are dropping. It's popping all over the place.
Yep.
And then it's like
cricket.
Everybody shoots their shit.
Nobody wants to make any kind of decisions right now. But the one thing that's rumored, this QB thing, man. You know, the Raiders checking out QBs and everybody freaking out like, or trying to figure out a way that we're going to draft Kyler Murray or figure out a way that we're going to take Dwayne Haskins or just a quarterback, Drew Lock, any quarterback other than Derek Carr. This whole thought of the Raiders even thinking of drafting a quarterback to me is stupid.
Right.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But it's stupid, but it's due diligence. They have to do their homework. They have to, if this guy does end up there for one of the quarterbacks, they got to know how much they can get for him. You know, what's his value to them? You know what I'm saying? And if they don't do their due diligence, they won't know. So, you know, everybody just needs to relax because I think we're going defensive end in the top 4 if we don't trade back.
Have to, bro. Have to. I mean, I feel like as a lit major, right, they always taught you, don't read what's on the page. Read what's not on the page.
Right.
Look at the Raiders free agency, period. What's not on the page? Defensive end.
Yeah.
Morrow don't count, okay? He don't count. That's a depth signing. What's not on the page? Defensive end. What's the biggest bold, italics, double fucking size font need for the Raiders this offseason, Cain? What's the biggest fucking need that we have?
Defensive end.
That's right.
That's it. You know, everyone
and the fact that they. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you please first.
The fact that they didn't go after one in free agency speaks a lot to what they're thinking about doing in the draft. Whether it's trading back to get Clelin Ferrell, whether it's staying pat and whoever falls to them, because you know potentially. If the draft goes like I think it's going to go, they're going to have a choice of 3 or 4 good players at number 4. You know, and any one of those players, Josh Allen, maybe Quentin Williams might be there, Rashawn Gary, who I think, you know, is probably a later pick, Clelin Ferrell, probably a later pick. At any rate, there's going to be a lot of people to choose from at that position, and a trade back is not out of the question. So, we just have to see what happens here in the draft. But defensive end is the biggest need right now.
So, okay, so we always talk about the trade back, right? You're sitting at number 4, all right? One factor is the player that's no longer there is going to influence if you're trading back, right? So 2 of those guys we see probably Nick Bosa and Quinnen Williams. With Josh Allen, I say being a wild card. And my gut, Allen is a Jet. He's a better fit with the Jets. I'm not saying if he's there, he's not a solid pick at 4. I guess what I'm trying to ask you, Cain, is who has to be gone at 4 for the Raiders to want to trade back?
That's a good question. I'm gonna say, oh man, that's a really good question.
I mean, then there's more than one name. There's more than one name.
Quinnen Williams ain't there at 4.
Yeah,
they'll probably trade back.
What if Nick Bosa is?
If Nick Bosa is there at 4, they take him.
Okay.
I mean, you can't. No matter what people say, the injury, he didn't show up to play his last year in college. You know, this, that, or other, didn't do no combine workouts, whatever. The kid has talent. The kid has talent. He's got the pedigree. I watched some film on him. He's a beast, man. He got a real quick first step off the edge, and he's got speed coming around that edge, man. Yeah. Unseen speed in a long time. This dude is the real freaking deal, man. And if he's there at 4, you got to take him.
You know what else?
Injury beside or whatever, you got to take him.
You know what else Nick Bosa has? He's got a Donald Trump action figure.
Oh man, I saw that.
And I'm not trying to tell you where I side politically, because personally, if you really ask me, it's a long story. The whole thing is a sham. This isn't a political podcast. But it's still weird that you got an action figure of a real grown-ass man. That's just weird.
That's kind of
real grown-ass.
Kind of out there.
I don't care. I don't care who you support. Okay? I don't care. I honestly don't care. And I don't want you to care who I support. But you got an action figure of a real live grown-ass man.
And you're a grown man.
And you're a grown man.
Yeah, you're a grown man.
That's weird. It's not a make or break as far as draft picks are concerned. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Stick to the fucking the superheroes, dog.
You know what I got? I got
the real action figure.
I got a starting lineup Bo Jackson action
There you go.
figure. How about that?
There you go.
That's a grown-ass man.
An athlete's different, dog.
And that's still that's still in the bubble pack.
Okay.
Even if you had a bobblehead, it would be, it might be a little bit more receptive to, you know what I mean, to have a bobblehead these days. But an action figure, come on, dude, for real.
Yeah,
like,
and I don't care what side of the line you're on. If you got a Donald Trump bobblehead, I fucks with you. Like either way, I fucks with you. I don't know why, but the bobblehead makes a difference. You feel me, right? Like you get it. I mean, either side. Like I fucks with that. Like a bobblehead, I fucks with that. An action figure. Ugh.
Yeah, action figure. Come on now.
Weird, man. Hella weird.
Yeah.
But the Raiders have had a few signings this week, dog. One of them is Ryan Grant. This is a signing that I feel they announced it. It kind of went under the radar. People are like, okay, free agency's died down. Ryan Grant, cool, it's a depth signing. I think it's actually kind of a big deal. How do you feel about it, Cain?
I believe it was a big deal. I believe he's Seth Roberts. Actually, he is Seth Roberts' replacement on the roster, barring injury, and he makes the 53-man roster. He's going to take that place of Seth Roberts, and he's good in the slot.
Yeah,
I mean, he yeah. So I don't know much about him. I haven't watched much of his film or anything, to be honest with you. But I looked at his numbers. He's got good numbers, and he can play in the slot. And the coaches let Seth Roberts go, who we'll touch on in a second. So yeah, he's the guy right now.
Here's a hot take. Get ready on the button. Get ready on the button.
Bro.
Get your finger ready.
I'm ready.
Those that don't watch the live stream don't understand this, but get ready.
I'm ready, dog.
Here's a hot take. Ryan Grant. This is a West Coast reference. Ryan Grant is Seth Roberts, but you paid a little extra for the guacamole.
I like that.
Ryan Grant is the super burrito version of Seth Robert. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
That about sums it up.
Yeah, because not only is Grant gonna have the sure hands, but he's gonna bring in some passes you thought he wouldn't make also. And to Seth's credit, he's done that too.
Yeah.
But we all know why we're talking about Seth Roberts, first of all. So I'm not going to reset that take. But yeah, Ryan Grant is Seth guacamole, bro. And guacamole is a fucking salsa.
And to speak on Seth real quick while we're talking about Seth, Seth, he had some real bad times, but he also has some real good times.
Yeah.
You know, I liken him to be Seth. All he does is catch touchdown Roberts, because basically while he was here, that's all he did. He either caught a touchdown or dropped a fucking pass.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And one of my favorite moments was the game-winning touchdown in 2016 versus Tampa Bay.
Yep.
It's one of his highlight moments.
Huge.
As a Raider.
Huge.
You know, and that's when we saw his ability to make a big play, to turn a little something into a big something. So we got to give him his props while he was here. Though we could have been better at that position. He was what we had, and he did make some plays and win some games for us.
And that's a for show right on. And that's a for show right.
Oh, what you say now, Chuck?
Because Seth's gotten beat up a little bit in this episode, but I will say, dude, I've been riding with Seth Roberts, man.
Hell yeah,
I've been riding with Seth Roberts since day one, and Cain, you said it. You said it. Either he dropped a pass or caught a touchdown, or one thing you didn't say, but I know you meant to. He converted a third down. Those are the three things he did. He dropped balls, converted third downs, and scored touchdowns.
His we might miss his downfield blocking.
If you watch if you've watched the live feed, you know what Cain's saying. So, drop balls, converted third downs, and scored touchdowns. All he did, right? And I'm a gambling man. I like to gamble.
Yeah.
I like to let my money ride. And,
that's right.
And those are good odds, man. Hey. I will ride with that. It's either strikeout or home run. He was a fucking lightweight diet Ricky Henderson. I'm making a bad comparison. But Ricky Henderson led the league in strikeouts.
Though, right? You know what you're describing when you say he either dropped the pass, caught a touchdown, or scored a first down. You're saying he's inconsistent.
He is inconsistent, yeah.
And that's why he's not here.
Yeah, that's why he's not here.
Because he's inconsistent.
And Ryan Grant is consistent for what he does. And that's why I think he's going to be a great third or fourth wide receiver on this roster, bro.
We might miss his downfield blocking, though.
It's true.
But Ryan Grant can do that.
Okay.
Yeah, Ryan Grant can do that. Yeah. I told you, he's Seth with guacamole con guac.
All right. I believe you.
Con guac.
Con guac. Hey, Seth is like that regular burrito, and you didn't fucking hit the salsa bar on your way out. Ryan Grant is the guacamole, and you didn't put everything on it, but you got a little pico de gallo.
Yeah.
And maybe that escabeche on the side.
There you go. I like that.
And you can't forget the green taco sauce, man.
Yeah.
The homemade green taco sauce. You got to have that.
Hey, Che knows all about that taco. That homemade. That homemade salsa, bro.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cain knows about that too.
You ain't enjoyed that shit yet?
I haven't made it.
Where your website at, man?
Hey.
We waiting on the website, man.
Hey, man. Hey.
Chase Blender's in a box right now.
It's in a box right now, dog. I just moved, so it's gonna be a while until I make some salsa.
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna be making salsa real soon, bro. But I was waiting for you to come through the studio, and that fucking last week that week that you were supposed to be here with Lincoln Kennedy and your car broke down, which was unfortunate. You actually kind of saved my ass because I totally fucking blanked and I didn't make the salsa. I had promised you the salsa. So I was like, it's kind of a good thing that Cain didn't make it through because I didn't have that salsa for him, though.
Cain, are you back in the whip now? Do you got the Jeep? Or you got the Beamer back?
Yeah. I'm back. I was back like 3-4 days later.
Right,
so when's the next time we can expect you up in here, bro? Because I want to make sure I got that fucking delicious
y'all
shit.
let me know. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, the draft is next week, so not then. So I guess it'll be in May. You know, I was listening to the show, and y'all got a couple of studio guests in the beginning. I think I heard you say. So sometime in May. Any weekend, but Memorial Day weekend, because I gotta be on call for work that weekend.
Okay.
That's cool. Actually, the draft starts the 25th, so we got a week before that. But who's our guest next week? Our guest next week, April 14th, since you mentioned it, is Scott Bear.
Scott Bear.
Yeah, NBC Bay Area.
That'll be called.
Yeah.
Not in-house.
Shout out to Scott.
Hey, man, Scott, if you want to slide through, dog, just hold down on the flusher for like 5 seconds. And if you need more TP, it's across the hall in the linen closet. I'm just saying.
Hey, so real quick, what y'all think about the Daryl Worley signing? Because, you know, me personally, I think it was for depth. And honestly, he's going to battle for a starting position. And I heard y'all say LaMarcus Joyner is a DB. I don't think so. I think LaMarcus Joyner is going to be a safety. Honestly, he might play strong safety, and that will put Carl Joseph as a free safety, and because he can guard tight ends. You know what I'm saying? Between Eric Harris and LaMarcus Joyner, and I think Worley is going to fight for a corner spot with a draft pick, an early draft pick, like a 35th pick or a 27th pick draft pick.
That's a hot take.
That's designated to start. That's a hot take right there.
That's a hot take.
That's a hot take. But I don't think we have the opposite corner to Conley on the roster. That's just my opinion.
All right. Okay. So that's interesting because I do think Worley's the number 2 right now. But if the draft happens and that really shakes out like that, I mean, I can see that. I think out in Al Davis defense, LaMarcus Joyner is a safety in like a 4-3 defense, base defense. But in 2019, your nickel is become your base defense. Your starting defense is typically a nickel defense nowadays. And in broad terms, I'm not one of these fucking. I'm not fucking Grizz. Right. Shout out to Grizz.
Shout out Grizz.
You know, I'm not Kevin Wynn, just win, baby. Shout out to Kevin. I'm not Stackanova.
There you go.
Shout out to Stacks.
There you go.
Stacks
there you
facts.
go.
You know,
shout out to Stacks.
I'm not fucking Gypsy Safety or Ted Nguyen, but I will just Nguyen, baby. But I will say that I think, you know, I think LaMarcus Joyner's position on the field changes based on the situation. I do think he gets a lot of reps in the nickel this year. John Gruden said it himself. He's probably the best nickel corner in this league right now. But I also think he's still got reps left at safety. I think safety is his future, right? As we see corners age out in this league,
absolutely,
they go to safety. And Joyner's kind of an odd duck in that he started there, moved back down to nickel, and then I think he can do both, is what I'm trying to say. I think it's going to be situational. I think you're going to see a lot of Joyner in the slot, but in certain situations where you need him up top, we still need that third guy. Now, if Daryl Worley ends up being that guy in those situations, that means we're really pretty at corner. So if that happens, that is – so again, I've said this before. Cain's got some hot takes, and you've seen him on Twitter. You've heard him here on the show. But when we really stop to think about it, Cain's got some takes that make you think. They're not takes that you can dismiss outright. I don't think that's fair. I think what you're saying could totally happen. I think that could totally happen. And I wouldn't be mad at it. But, I mean, we talked about Daryl Worley early, so it's good to hear your thoughts. But I think overall, we're happy, man. Worley's a Raider. I think he wants to be here. He feels like he owes something to the fans. And what I see is his heart is in the game.
Yeah.
And his heart is silver and black. And that's all our coach is looking for. That's where it starts with John
Absolutely.
Gruden. You know?
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you. I agree with you. We deep. And for some reason in my mind, I just feel like, you know how you eating a steak and you be like, damn, it's missing something. You know what I'm saying? It's good, but it's just missing something right now. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel about Worley. I feel like, yeah, you good. He can tackle. He can play against the run. You know, he can play against the pass. He's tough. He's physical. You know, he hangs with but for some reason, it's just. It just is missing something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And with the draft coming up, and we got players in the draft that you could, you know, Byron Murphy's, Greedy Williams, you know, Nasir Adderley, you know, at the safety position. You got a lot of players that's worth taking. That still, if you had Worley, that's good depth. You can't beat that. But then you also got a top corner opposite of Conley. That's just my opinion. I don't want to spend too much time talking about it. I'm just saying, you know, that's just where I'm at right now.
Well, part of that is the Raider fan in you and the Raider historian in you, where from 1 to 4, the Raider secondary, or 1 to 5, I guess in today's terms, the secondary was just tip top, you know, from top to the bottom, legit locked down. You know what I mean? So I hear that coming out and what you're saying, Cain, and I appreciate that. I respect that, you know. But I know what you mean, man. It's like a steak that's missing something. Cain, why are people afraid to put salt on their steak?
Put some salt on that steak.
Because it takes the flavor away.
Shit. But it don't. You know what? It enhances that flavor.
Montreal steak seasoning actually adds flavor to a steak.
It does, and
especially if you grill it on the grill.
And here's the key, Cain. I hate to say it, but you missed steak night at the Crow's Nest.
Yeah, man, we threw down some fucking some ribeye steaks over here right before we got on air.
That's my favorite cut.
And we
Shout out to your boy Kenny.
Oh, man.
we season the shit out of that. Here's the deal. As we usually do when we talk to Cain, we're off on a food tangent. If you're going to put salt on your steak, don't use table salt. Don't use kosher salt.
No.
Use that rock salt. Use that coarse ground sea salt.
Absolutely.
You need that crust.
Spend a little extra money and get the grinder. Get the salt grinder. Get the pepper grinder.
Yep.
Spend that extra $1.
People come over to my house and they're like, Kenny, why you got 5 different salts? The salts come in different shapes and sizes.
That's right.
And it matters because small salt will dissolve.
Yep.
And it's different.
Yep.
But you need that core. You need that crust on your steak.
Hell yeah, dog. Hell yeah.
You need that crust. Cain, you gave us that fire catfish recipe last week.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. What about hush puppies, Cain? You fuck with hush puppies?
Oh shit.
I'm not a big hush puppy fan. I like hot water cornbread.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I like hot water cornbread. If I was going to do something like that,
Yeah. Yeah.
with some greens and some black eyed peas and some motherfucking catfish or some, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it was off. That's what's going down right there. That's going down right there.
So you touched on it earlier. The Raiders we were talking about the top of the draft here, and you talked about the quarterbacks. Why are the Raiders doing due diligence on the QB position in 2019?
Well, like I said earlier, they need to know what value these quarterbacks carry.
Right.
I don't think. I mean, listen, we talking about John Gruden here, but then you got Mike Mayock. You got a level head and you got a hot head working together, in my opinion. So, at some point, they got to come together and melt. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't think Mike Mayock. He might like the quarterbacks, but you're gonna have to do a lot of selling to get him to really say, okay, let's go with the quarterback over Derek Carr. I mean, personally, they looking at these quarterbacks, like I said, to get the knowledge of where they stand if they fall to them in the draft. That's it. And maybe to get a level of competition in case they have to play the quarterback in the future. I mean, but other than that, it's just called due diligence. I don't see anything else. And if we try to, I can go on and on to speculate what might this and how this might happen and who might do what, but it's all speculation. And at this point, all you can go on is pure football knowledge from just being a fan and just following the game and following how shit goes around draft time and what teams do and moves they make. And right now, the Raiders are doing due diligence. That's it.
That's it.
If you try to say anything else, you're guessing. Yep, that's it.
I mean, you'd be stupid not to, right? You'd be stupid not to every year. QBs make the world turn around in the NFL. So you got to check them all out every time. And Carr's on the hot seat this season. We've all talked about that. This is the make or break season for Derek Carr and John Gruden's system. This is the final look at Derek Carr in silver and black, possibly. It's the future is in his hands. The future is in his hands. So you might as well start. I
agree. This is a make or break year. Oh, sorry about that, brother. I just want to say this is a make or break year for that man. This is Carr time. He got the receivers now. He's got a running back. He's got an offensive line. They putting together a defense. You got a team around you now. There's no excuses. This is not 2016. This is the real shit. Like, you're playing for your career this year as a Raider. You're playing because he'll definitely land somewhere else. That's without a doubt. But for the Raiders, this is your time to shine. There's no excuses. None. Absolutely none. And if you fuck up, I'm gonna be mad that we didn't draft a quarterback. And I've been supporting you all motherfucking this time.
Yeah.
And now we finna see what you can do. And you have to show everybody, not just the fans. Fuck the fans. You got to show the coaches that you are the future of the Raiders. And if you're not, we're going into 2020. Tua, the guy from Clemson, I think is coming out next year, probably. 2020. So it's on for Derek Carr this year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Best believe John Gruden got a whole hard drive of Tua footage right now that he's looking at. Definitely looking hard at. I mean, early on, some people thought he was going to come out, and they were already licking their chops about Tua. So he's an exciting prospect to look at in 2020. Last Raiders question of the night for you, Cain. You said this another kind of a hot take, in my opinion, but I want to hear your thoughts about it. You say the Raiders linebacking core looks solid right now. Explain that.
They got depth and they got starters. Brandon Marshall, Vontaze Burfict. Oh, I just had a brain fart. The other dude they signed, and then they got Morrow, Kabinda, and Lee.
Yeah.
They got a depth right now. They actually finally have depth after all these years of having just a starting linebacker core, and it was subpar at best, and not having no depth. You have gone from that to having starters and real legitimate backups. Real guys that can step in if Vontaze Burfict get hurt. If Brandon Marshall get these older guys, if they get hurt or if they have a limp along the way, you got young guys that's learning from older veterans that's talented that have success in this league. And that to me, that excites me because for a long time we didn't have that. Since what? Back in the day with when we had the three, back in the day. I don't even want to. I was scared it might have sound racist. So anyway, back in the day, when we had the other three linebackers.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And then we had the guys back there behind them. So
it's been a while.
You know,
it's been a while, man.
It's been a while.
It's been a while. You got Whitehead, you got Burfict, you got Marshall, you got Markel Lee, you got Morrow in there now, and you got Kabinda.
There you go.
Yeah.
With it. Yeah. That's the guy, the other starter.
Yeah,
and then you got Kabinda, Lee, and Moreau. You got 6 solid guys, all 6, which could start.
And you still got a draft ahead of you. Raiders could shock. It could be White in the first round.
It's true.
We really don't know. So there are some linebackers in this draft. But, K-Man, what else you got for us this week, man?
I got a couple questions from the chat that I wanted to answer. People shout out to me. If y'all don't mind,
it's
a couple questions. Yeah, Watts Raider wanted to know why does AB keep calling JuJu out? Obviously, you guys answered that earlier. JuJu, spotted off to him. He's been answering back. But in my opinion, AB needs to let Pittsburgh go. It's time to let it go, bro. Let it go. Raiders of the North wants to know, do we try and trade back and move up to 10 or 13 and try and grab 2 pass rushers, possibly Quinnen and Oliver? That sounds like a possibility. And I wouldn't put it past the Raiders to trade back in early to the first round and try to pick up another pass rusher. That would be the ultimate idea. You need pass rushers, and 2 of them wouldn't hurt you.
No.
And then he asked one more question. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Real quick, I think, and you threw out Oliver and Williams. If we trade back to 10, there's a shot we get Oliver. Williams is gone at that time. I hate to say it, but I think he's gone.
No, but if we got Williams at 4, I think if we got Williams at 4.
And then traded up.
And then we traded back and got Oliver,
yeah. That's a possibility. Yep.
That's a And then he had one other, Raiders of the North had one other question. Do we sign Marshawn Lynch? Yes, if he wants to. My answer is yes if he wants to play. And his other question was, is he the starter? If you know John Gruden and you know how he feels about his veterans, yes, Marshawn Lynch would be the starter, but he won't get more touches than Crowell.
Right, meaning he'll be the first guy that you see out there running the ball, but Crowell's going to get the bulk of the carries. I absolutely 100% agree with that. I think that whole Lynch situation is just kind of like you said it. If he feels like he wants to, and they can come to a number, absolutely, for sure. John Gruden said it. The door is always open for Marshawn. But it's just a matter of if he will and what does he want, That's what it is. We're sitting at like a pretty like $25 million, maybe plus in cap space right now. So there's no reason why that couldn't happen. That's all Marshawn, right?
Right.
Yeah.
That's all on Marshawn. Like they say, the door is open, and I think as long as we're in Oakland, the door is always open to Marshawn, if nothing else, for just Mark Davis and Marshawn Lynch's relationship.
Yeah.
He's a Raider. Even if he, like you said, starts and plays first and second down, and we don't see him no more till the third quarter. He's a starter. He got his touches as a starter, and we're moving on to Crowell.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. Great segment, man. Solid segment.
Yeah.
Got a little bit of everything tonight. I like it.
Absolutely. It's always a pleasure, fellas. And Juice, congratulations, bro.
Hey,
you the
thanks,
man. You tied Rue. I thought you was going to get that last Yoda question, man, but that was a hard one.
That's going to kick my ass forever now, man.
Till the next time you get on, dog. Till the next time you get on.
Yeah.
And y'all with me with this damn 2-minute drill, y'all ain't finna talk me into that shit. No.
Yeah.
Talk about I might get 14 my ass. I might get 4. Hey, look. I know Kenny. Just like y'all know him. Come on now. if you got to pose me some questions, there's going to be some questions from Mars.
Exactly.
Nigga never ever answered in his life before. Come on, I'm not going to get into that trap, man. Come on, y'all know better than that.
You don't want a question kicking your ass.
Those are
forever,
fucking
right?
facts, dog. Those are facts.
Nah. I wouldn't go easy on Cain, but I think he knows his wheelhouse. Man, my money's on you, dog. I think you would actually do really well. I think you're underselling yourself. You know your Raiders shit. And I've tried to stump you, bro. You understand? Like, I've asked you some questions in passing, and then you've said, "Oh yeah, I know who that is. This, and that. Whoop de whoop." But like, I was really trying to stump you with those questions, dog. So.
Shit, man. Hey, you know what though? Like you said, when that heat is on,
oh man,
and them lights is on, and that music is on,
oh, it's different.
That you forget all that Raider shit. You know that shit go out the window. That's why I was like, damn, Juice Star Wars game is strong, bro.
Hell yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Man, you know what?
He hung in there.
I answered. I said Charles Wood. You know, I was like Woodson, and I said Chuck. I almost said Rod. Like your mind starts your mind starts like melting when it was like, oh my god.
Yep.
Rod Woodson had important interception for this team, but never the volume.
Yeah.
No. But the Torrey James pick that I remember against in the postseason against the Miami Dolphins. That's the one everybody remembers. Torrey James pick 6. You cannot forget that.
Shout out to Greg Papa on the call.
Oh man, incredible call. Maybe I won't say it's his best call, but man, that's up there on Papa's calls. Yeah. Fuck, dude.
I'm gonna go off the limb and I'm gonna say that's his best. Torrey James high flying and stepping down it. Yeah, I think that's his best. That's his best call. That's his best color call right there.
I only think the only reason why people would argue you is because it's like Torrey James and not like Rich Gannon or Tim Brown, but I don't disagree with you, man. I don't disagree with you. That was a good call. I remember, too, I was on my way over, dude. I was on my way over to the homie's house, the same house I watched the Tuck Rule in, unfortunately.
Oh, man.
I was on my way to the homie's house. I was running late because I was picking up some chicken for the barbecue. Uh-huh. And I just pulled up when that happened. And I heard it on the radio before it happened on TV. So I came running in that bitch like, Torrey James! right at that moment on the TV, dude, he's running it in. And I heard that Papa call in real time. Man, goosebumps, man.
That's dope.
Wow.
People, that play right there turned our playoff hopes around. I was at the game. I was in the house.
Wow.
And when that play happened, I was like, we fucking going to the Super Bowl. We going to the Super Bowl. This is our year. And then Rich Gannon got hurt the next game, and that was it. Yep. That was the end of it. As far as that season. But like I keep saying, and don't forget, let's not forget why we talking about this. That was Rich Gannon's second year in John Gruden's offense.
Right.
What year is this in John Gruden's offense for Derek Carr?
Second year, though.
What did they do in the offseason to beef up that squad? Wheatley, they added a running back.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We went out, we beefed up the line. Lincoln Kennedy. Mm-hmm. We added what's homeboy? They drafted I can't think of his name. The left tackle.
That wasn't Middleton.
Bruce Sims. Was that Sims?
Barry Sims.
Barry Sims.
Yeah.
We added Sims. We added player. My point is in year 2, we went to the AFC Championship.
Yeah. Yeah. Who was that?
We went from 8-8 to 12-4 in one season.
So that
it
line
can be done.
That line was what? Wisniewski? Was it Wisniewski?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sims.
Yep.
You had at center. You had your
Robbins,
homeboy
Barrett Robbins,
and you had Frank Middleton, and you had Lincoln
Frank
Kennedy.
Middleton and Lincoln Kennedy.
Yep.
Wow, beef,
beefy. It's a beefy line.
Now what you got? You got Colton Miller, Denzel Good,
Rodney Hudson, Gabe Jackson,
and Gabe Jackson and Trent Brown.
Trent
man, hey, we going back to the year 2000.
You know,
I know I'm reaching.
A shout out to Eric Allen though.
Yeah, Eric Allen was the shit, man. He's the one motherfucker that I wish had stuck around for that Super Bowl year.
Yeah.
Remember he retired.
Yeah.
I wish that he had stuck around one more year.
Yeah.
Because he was
Yeah,
a
sad to see
playmaker.
him
Dog.
go.
He was a great Raider. Eric Allen was a great
Hey,
Raider.
you know what? He made a play in the New Orleans game when we played New Orleans in New Orleans.
And he played for
and
New
they
Orleans
beat us.
for a long time, right?
He played for Philadelphia.
Yeah.
How long did he play? Did he play
I
for
think
the
he
Saints?
played for the Saints too. Yeah, I
shit.
thought he played for the
He
Saints.
played for the Saints.
Yeah.
He came from
wow.
the Saints to us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know why I thought I had him coming from Philly. He started with Philly though, right?
He started out with Philly, then he went from Philly to the Saints, then he went from the Saints to us.
Oh, crazy.
When he came to us, he was basically on the last tail of his
Right.
career.
It was it. He was looking for that chip.
Yeah, you're right.
Because remember they had Terrence Newman and Eric Allen was in New Orleans, and they came here. Both of them came here in the same year.
Yep.
And then Terrence Newman, after the first year he was here, he left, and then Eric Allen expressed his interest about Terrence Newman leaving.
Yeah.
Why he left, he couldn't play no more, and this, that. Remember, you guys remember all that?
Yep.
And so Eric Allen stayed, and then the next year he moved on. And I think he got kind of pushed out. You know, John is one of those coaches that'll push you out, but you leave with a good note. But he's one of them coaches that'll push you out. And I wouldn't be surprised to see some vets get pushed out this year. You know, maybe Marshawn Lynch. Maybe Marshawn Lynch might not be brought back because John don't want to bring him back.
Yeah.
He can speak all that shit in the press, but
True.
You know, at the end of the day, he's the head of football. Whatever you want to say, $10 million calls you the head of football operations.
Could be.
And if he don't want to, so
if Marshawn wants to take $4 million to come back, they're doing that all day.
Oh yeah, no, for sure.
They're doing that.
But
all
look
day.
at Donald Penn.
Yeah, it's
Donald
true.
Penn out.
Yeah, but Donald Penn
in a quiet way.
Yeah.
But Donald Penn had with all the injuries, dog. Donald Penn with all the injuries, and Donald Penn not playing well in a new position, right? So they switched him over to the left. They're not going to put him back in the left, right? They switched him from left to right. Then we're going to bring him back to the left. So once they saw his performance at right tackle and the injuries are piling up, of course they're going to let him go. But Marshawn, I think that's a little different. Because when Marshawn's healthy, we saw what Marshawn can do. He was cutting, he was making those big runs, he was breaking tackles, he's doing all the things that you want your running back to do without a solid line in front of him.
Yeah,
so I wouldn't think
true.
that he falls into that same line as fucking Donald Penn.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey. But shout out to
I agree with you, Che.
Shout out.
I agree with you on that.
Shout out Eric Allen, dog. Shout out Eric Allen. That motherfucker, I'm telling you, when he retired, I was like, motherfucker. Yeah. That motherfucker was bad,
he
dog.
Put a big ad in the paper.
Yeah, man.
He put an ad in the Oakland Tribune, like a full page ad, thanking the fans. Like, we all was like sad to see Eric Allen go. I'm right there with you, bro.
Eric.
Yeah, I remember that like it was yesterday.
Yeah. Eric Allen played with Randall Cunningham, dude.
Yeah, yeah,
it's a trip.
Yeah,
Randall Cunningham was dope. He's one of my favorite QBs, bro, of all time. Randall Cunningham was dope. I mean, as a
shit, didn't he play with the coach Herm Edwards?
Yeah.
Did Eric Allen play with Herm Edwards?
He might have, dude.
Did they over
on the Eagles?
I think so, dog.
I know
He might have.
Herm Edwards' head ass fucking lives over in Monterey now, though.
Hey, you know Herm Edwards played against us in the Super Bowl in the 1980 Super Bowl. He's on that Eagles losing team that lost to the Raiders.
He got fucking posterized by Jim Plunkett, dude. That ball went
and he got
right
burnt by
over
Kenny King.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He's in that NFL films getting burnt like toast. Burnt. Sherm Edwards, dog. Sherm a.k.a. Sherm Edwards. Yo.
But you know what, though? Deep down, he's a Raider fan. He's from the Bay Area.
Yeah,
he's a Raider fan.
For sure.
And please don't try to go back into coaching, Herm. Your coaching you gave us. But you know what? If you want to coach the Chiefs again, I welcome you because you gave us the chance to whoop on the Chiefs for years. Hey. So, yes, please come back.
Speaking of has-been coaches, man, shout out to Cain for calling it on the AAF. That did not last.
Right? You did call that. You did call that, dog. You called that.
That did not last, bro. They pulled their money out real fast. They didn't even, fucking poor Trent Richardson, bro. He was in the playoffs, dog.
Yeah, he was like, that's right.
Hey, Johnny Manziel signed on Wednesday and the league shut down on Saturday or some shit like that?
Johnny Manziel will do that to you.
Yeah. Manziel signed on Wednesday, got concussed on Sunday, league shut down on Wednesday.
So he made sure he got a workers' comp deal going with the league.
That's the Manziel effect.
Out.
That Manziel effect.
Ain't that about a bitch? As they say in Texas, ain't that about a bitch?
Hey, but what you think you're going to get when you playing with players 500 to 1,000? Come on now. You got the top 500 players in the NFL. Or, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you got what, 283 players that go into the NFL every year?
Yeah.
You figure, so you got what, if you got like 500 or maybe 700 players that go to the combine?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you getting 280 of them that's going into the NFL for sure. The rest of those players are on undrafted free agent contracts or they're practicing somewhere. So they're not trying to hurt themselves.
Right.
You know, going to play in another league. And we talked about this on the pod. I don't want to bring it up, but I'm just saying, that's what you got. You got 500 to 1,000. Well, that's what you saw playing.
But I think that was the major oversight, right, by the AAF is like, oh, we have all these fringe players that don't have contracts. They'd love to get a shot to get on TV. But Cain just said it, like, they're not trying to get hurt in some Kmart league.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. So the XFL, you're up next.
And after that first week when quarterbacks were getting lit the fuck up, no, helmets were flying everywhere.
They was letting them do the thing, wasn't it? I was like, okay, if this shit survive, it's gonna survive because of contact.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But then that's gonna scare away anybody that's trying to make it to the NFL.
Absolutely.
Yeah. They were getting lit up like hot donuts, neon sign at Krispy Kreme. Lit.
Hey, real quick, did y'all see I posted? I want to get y'all thoughts on this.
Mm-hmm.
In our chat room, you know, shout out to everybody in the chat from the CN Podnet. I love all y'all.
Hell yeah.
I posted a tweet of Derek Carr being really friendly.
Oh,
to the opposing team.
I responded to that.
And
it's time for IC.
What do y'all think about that?
It's time for I see you.
I see you.
Because we see you, Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Look, it's one of a few things, right? One person might say, if you're overthinking it, this is him kind of like buying insurance, right? If you're friendly to your opponent, you know, maybe they lay you down a little easier. Mm-hmm. There's another part of this is, well, he's just being a good Christian.
Right.
There's another part of this that says the fire doesn't burn inside of Derek Carr like it burns inside of other people, which we've talked about.
Or is it strategy? Is it strategy?
Is it strategy?
Is it I'm being nice to you because when you come around that corner, if I'm saying, hey, Shelby Harris, how you doing? While I'm walking up to the line, what's up, Shelby? I see you over there.
Yeah.
How much is you going to think about it if you Shelby like, oh, man, is you going to be like, oh, I'm about to rip your motherfucking head off? And he just said hi to you, or you might think about it before you hit him, how you hit him. You don't want to hurt him. You know what? I don't want to hurt him.
Right.
They used to say that.
As
Jordan
opposed
would
to
do that.
As opposed to somebody coming to the line saying, fuck you and fuck your mama and your whole motherfucking family. I'm about to score a touchdown right here, right now. Fuck all y'all on the whole defensive line, too. Fuck y'all, too.
But think
you know
about
what I'm
that.
saying? And then I throw a touchdown.
So, but think about
somebody's going to want to eat my ass alive. I'm just saying. Think about the strategy, though.
For real. I mean, look,
you know what I'm saying?
Look at Phillip Rivers. Like, we want to see him get hurt.
Oh, yeah. Right. Light that motherfucker up.
We want to see him get hurt. We don't want to see Patrick Mahomes play anymore, but we want to see Rivers get hurt.
Yeah.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
And I thought about that, what you're saying, Cain. And so, like, I watched the video and I was like, yeah, this is kind of a weird look. This probably happens more often than not in the NFL. I mean, being a quarterback, it's exaggerated a little bit. But I thought about, what if Derek was like, yeah, fuck you, bitch. Fuck you, Shelby Harris. Should have been a Raider, motherfucker. Should have been a Raider.
That would have been real weird.
That would have been weird, man. For Derek Carr.
Super weird for Derek Carr, right?
Derek Carr.
Yeah. That was my comment, bro. Like honestly, like, what do you expect from Derek Carr? Like, do you expect him to be like talking shit, like
Brett Favre,
like, I'm about to fuck. I hope you ready, little bitch. I'm about to come over there. We about to score this fucking touchdown. You ain't do shit about it.
Tell the truth though. Tell the truth though. Tell the truth though. If he did say that, wouldn't you be like, now that's my motherfucker right there? That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, I would have been shocked, but I would have been amped. I would have been like, damn, but okay, you know.
But no, listen. But that's what I'm saying. I'm not surprised because you look at Derek Carr, and that's Derek Carr.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
That is who Derek Carr is.
Right. Yeah.
Derek Carr is the poster boy for nice guy, dog. He is the ultimate nice guy.
Right.
Now, he has been ever since we drafted him.
Right,
He's been that guy since we drafted him. And in 2016, we weren't concerned about shit like that. So when I see that video get posted, I know what the purpose of the video is. The purpose is to knock him and to make us talk shit about him and to make us question him and make us say, oh, no, this isn't the guy that can lead us. Look at him. He wants to be best friends with everybody. He's going to fucking shake hands with everybody. He's going to tell everybody how good they are. And that's not the kind of guy that we want. We want the guy that's going to fucking talk shit. He's going to go out there. He's going to fight, scratch, whatever. That's not Derek Carr, dog. In 2016, that wasn't Derek Carr. It's not him right now. And I don't expect that to decide how he fucking plays. I don't expect that to decide how he plays. You know what? He can go out there.
Did you see how the players? But did you see how the players responded to him? They wasn't saying shit. They was like, "Man, what the fuck?" Like, they wasn't really. Some of them said something, but the majority of them, they was like concentrated on football. They wasn't thinking about,
right,
oh, hey, how you doing? I saw you over here. You looking good in college, this, that, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So my thing, I go back to this strategy thing. You know what I mean? I go back to, I think of it as like, if I'm Derek Carr, like, okay, you know, I'm a little breezy, you know what I'm saying? And so I don't really want to take no major ass hits, no matter if I'm tough or not. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck who you is. You don't want to get hit by a car. You know what I'm saying? So you might try to have a strategy, you know what I'm saying, and say, hey, you know, just remember me when you come around that motherfucking corner. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying.
You chop it up. You have a good relationship with the motherfuckers. You chop it up with them, and maybe you build a fucking friendship right outside of fucking your team, and maybe, just maybe, they try not to hurt you when they hit you. Right? I can see that.
That's exactly what I'm talking about,
I can see that.
They said that Michael Jordan did that with Charles Oakley with the Knicks. You know,
but Charles Oakley was his teammate before he was a Knick. Charles Oakley was on the Bulls with Jordan when he fucking got drafted.
And so was Shelby Harris.
Yeah.
Not with Michael Jordan, just to be clear.
Yeah, but I feel you, Juice. You're right. That was his friend on the team, so he just kind of reminded him, like, "Hey, I know you. I know your mama and your daddy, your uncle, your auntie, your brothers and sisters and shit.
Charles
I know
Oakley
your kids.
didn't
so remember me when you come around that curve.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That's all I'm saying.
I'm over here looking at a picture of Derek Carr's wife, and he can say whatever he wants. Say whatever you want. Not my type, but you say whatever you want, dog.
Say what you want, Derek Carr. Say what you want.
And Nick can vouch for me. I was over here looking at Derek Carr's wife.
He was. I was trying to get a peek.
Cainer, man, it's good talking to you, brother.
Hell yeah.
Hey, it's always good, brothers. One love, and I'll catch up with y'all next week.
Absolutely, dog.
All right, homie. Peace.
Okay,
Peace out.
for sure.
All right,
peace.
All right, that was solid.
Yeah.
Beefy segment. It's time to do some shout-outs, man.
Shout-outs.
We got some Twitter shout-outs. Shout out to Silky Slim, Raider fan. Oh, special shout-out to Silky Slim. We missed him a couple weeks ago. Silky, you're in there now. You're up in that bitch.
Silky Slim.
Silky Slim. Shout out to Raider fan 80, Jason, Jim, Henry, Raider Ran, Anthony Carrasco, Richard Alvarez, Eugenia Matloff. Shout out to Nick B. Drums, Jonathan Peso, Loserville Gooner. Shout out to Patrick O'Donohue, the Raiders curator, Darren Moore, Anthony Pena, Susie Cutie Raiderette. Shout out to the Nation Booster Club, Dallas Fort Worth chapter. I'm freaking thirsty right now.
I know. Hey, it's a little dry. I'm a little dry mouth too, dog.
Shout out to Chuck McBride. Shout out to Jeremy Knox, Randy Swallow. That's a hell of a name, Randy Swallow.
He's not thirsty.
Shout out to Steve. Damn it, Jim. Shout out to Steve Kaufman. Shout out to Jim Vivian. Elizabeth Davila. Shout out to you, Juice.
Shout out, Juice.
Shout out to the Inebriate Nation podcast.
Hell
newest member of the Crow's Nest podcast. Make sure you're following at CNPodNet on Twitter for all of our releases. Welcome to the team, brothers. We appreciate you guys. I just remembered the conversation we had earlier. That'll be featured on the Crow's Nest podcast.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one, too.
Tonight. Oh, I'm just really remembering that conversation, dude.
It's going to be a good one.
Wow.
Yeah, tune in.
I must have drank 3 beers in like 15 minutes. Needless to say, there's some stories told.
Good stories.
Please tune into the Crow's Nest podcast. The listenership has been solid.
Yeah.
But some of you haven't listened.
Yeah.
And it shows.
And it shows.
You're going to want to tune into this episode, which will be dropping, I believe, Tuesday morning. So check that out. YouTube shout out. Shout out to KSTK. Shout out to David Goodman, Kef McGilvray, sorry. And shout out to Gabe Ortiz. Big shout out.
Hell yeah.
To the Raider WAP and Harry, our boy Harry out there in the UK.
Yeah.
He's been wanting a nickname, Che.
Oh, man.
He should just be Harry Raider.
Harry Raider.
Right?
Harry and the Hendersons.
Harry and the Raidersons, bro.
Harry and the Raidersons.
Something along those lines.
We'll work on it. We'll shop it, Harry, okay? We're going to shop it.
We're going to workshop that. But you guys donated the last week, and
what's up, man.
you're keeping us on air for another month. So thank you for keeping us on the air. We appreciate that. If you want to donate to the show, you can check us out. Any of our social media profile bios, there's a link there. You got some IG shout-outs?
Yeah, you already know I do, dog. So shout out to Raiders of the North, and I just saw that Raiders of the North, Charles McBride is in the chat. So shout out to you, dog. Maybe that's you. I'm not sure. I didn't look at the. Oh no, I'll follow it up. Charles McBride 21. Right after that, shout out.
There you go.
There you go. Charles McBride. Yo, we see you, dog, and we see the Raiders of the North. We appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to our boys yet again. The Inebri Nation podcast. Okay, joining the CNPN.
Yeah, and that's
all right.
That's spelled INEBRI.
There you go.
NATION.
There you go.
Inebri Nation.
Follow
podcast.
them on Twitter and Instagram, okay? And they're posting up pictures of chelas and all that good stuff on Instagram. So follow them there for sure. Shout out to Dante, the Servant Warrior 7. Man. Sounds very special. Shout out to my boy, Medium Brer. That's my homie, my former roommate from college. All right. Shout out to Quinn.
Was that Medium Brer?
Medium Brer.
That's dope.
That's my homie. Hey, I'm telling you, he fits right in, dog. He fits right in. I'm letting you know. Okay. Shout out to Quinn Mesmer. Shout out to Mud Villain. Shout out Demon Death. Shout out Love Chav. Stone Raider Alv 91. Shout out to our boy Splatterhead from the Inebri Nation podcast. Yeah, we're going to keep fucking pounding it in your heads. Okay. Shout out Creations by Mita, and shout out to Timothy Michael 9828456. Shout out, y'all. Thanks for the follows, man.
Good shout outs right there.
Yeah.
Make sure you check out the Inebri Nation podcast. They are the same creators of the Fan Club Blitz on the Murph's Man Cave Network.
That's right.
They gotta button up a little bit on Murph's network, and that's fine. We respect that. But the Inebri Nation podcast, we're gonna let these boys let it fly.
Yeah.
So that's how the Crow's Nest rolls, and it's good to have both, right?
Absolutely.
You need both networks, Android and Apple. you need both.
It's a good comparison,
right? So make sure you check those guys out, both on our network and on Murph's network. Both shows are very, very solid.
Real quick. Our boy Juice is sitting here. Juice, you have any shout outs, dog?
Just shout out everybody on the blog.
There you go.
Everybody on the blog.
Big shout out to, first of all, shout out to PJ4F.com.
Absolutely.
I've been getting back over there on my lunch breaks lately. Hopefully somebody takes notice.
I saw it. I responded to you. Yeah.
Okay, because the word is we've gotten too big for our website.
No.
Which is
too busy, dog. Too busy.
Just too busy.
Not too big.
Never
Come
too big.
Man.
Fuck that. I miss you guys.
Y'all come to the tailgate. Do we fucking not show the appreciation? We love y'all motherfuckers, man. For real.
Yeah.
You know? We Homer, everybody, man. Everybody comes through the fucking tailgate. You already know we show love, appreciation. We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for y'all. So there's never going to be a time where we don't show no appreciation to you guys.
So shout out to all you. Definitely shout out to Jesus Raider Jim, the first person that ever liked my comment on the blog. Shout out to Sixes. Shout out to Raider Homer, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
Homer
shout out to 303 Raiders. Big shout out to Nola Rick. That's my brother right there. Yeah. Me and Rick had some good laughs this weekend.
All right.
That's all I'll say.
All right.
Mark Davis, you know my name. Shout out to all you guys, but a big and everyone else. St. Coffin. Hawaiian Raider for show. Dirt Lot on there. Shout out to Raider Cain.
Yep.
Shout out to Eternal Pessimist on there. Shout out to Shout out to Oak Raider.
303.
Shout out to 303. Man, shout out
Dakota.
Dakota, dude.
Dakota.
BSJ.
Everybody, man.
BSJ.
Shout out to Raider Educator.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Shout out to Jay Hill. You know what I mean? Shout out to G Dog. What's
go.
up? G Dog has been around for a minute.
There you go.
Shout out to Purvis, man. The original weirdo. Weirdo number 1. We love you, dog. Shout out to all you guys on there. Shout out to Raider in England, bro. England Raider.
There you go. There you go.
There's just so many of you guys to the list right now. But a big special shout out to my lady, Sophie, Raider Sophie, we'll call her.
There you go.
Officially a Raider fan now.
Raider Sophie.
It's your birthday. I love you, girl. I had a great time with you yesterday. I wish we could spend more time together. But how else am I going to be a podcast superstar? If I'm spending time. You know what I'm saying?
So you want to be a podcast superstar? Big cars, big dreams.
Hey, one day this show's going to take us to the Bahamas, lady.
I fucking hope so.
No, I'm just playing. It probably won't.
So.
Probably won't. We're all broke. Raider fans, we're all broke. We're drinking grog. Hey, we're on this pirate ship. We're having a good time.
Hey, we were talking about drinking meat earlier.
He is. There you go. Drinking meat and fucking your friend's sister at the Ren Fair. At the Ren Fair. Shout out, Ren Fair.
God damn.
Hey, if you want to hear about that, you got to tune into the Crow's Nest. I'm just telling you, if you haven't listened, like, you fucking missing it. But that brings me to this. That's it for this week's show. Bastante.
Yeah.
Basta. For this week. One of my favorite Spanish words, by the way. Shout out bastante.
Shout out fucking TV novelas, dog.
Hey, bastante means enough, all right? Enough of your shit.
That's right.
Basta. Tune in every week wherever podcasts are found. Call in and leave a message to be played on air at 408-909-PJFF. Download the official Pillaging app available for iOS and Android. Check out DC4L Custom Tees. Donate to the show. I already told you how. And be sure to listen to all the podcasts on the Crow's Nest Podcast Network, starting with the Ladies of Darkness, the Wolfpack Nation, Put on Waivers Podcast, coming soon, Blackout, and the brand new Inebriation Podcast.
Yeah.
And of course, the Crow's Nest itself. Why aren't you listening?
Yeah.
Many are. Hundreds are. Thousands should be. I'm just saying. Make sure you turn in. It's a wild ride.
That's right.
Until then, keep the wind in your sails and the rub in your mug. Pillage on, Raider Nation. This has been a product of the Crow's Nest Podcast Network. I'm Kenny Stapler.
Joined by your boy, Che.
And this week, Juice. We out here.
Peace.